think we're good.
Okay. Welcome to session 2. In our first session, you guys all were visited by a friendly Fey boy or Fey touched boy who brought you in to make a deal with some queens. You got to meet everybody and then made a deal with the queens to make sure that this man who has betrayed them sees judgment. After some deliberation and a quick trip to a casino to get some supplies, you moved to this small town of Zixiv, had a brief encounter with a young elfish man in the lobby of this creepy place, and then walked down to see a horrific scene of just grotesque art from this man Luther. You see a massive pulsating spatial time heart in the middle as these cultists stand around it and chant, "Send him back, Chronostra." After a brief interaction with Luther himself, you all he stood up, walked around towards you, and said, "I'm going to be leaving soon anyway." And then I had you all roll initiative. And so we'll go ahead and get started with the fight here. I just have to actually remember who's going first.
Dibs.
It was
It will be, I believe, Kinfath is going to be first.
Yeah, it is. I will, so we just walked in and he said that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You walk in, he says, "It doesn't matter anyway. I'll be leaving this all behind soon."
You guys are gonna see Kinfath kind of tighten his grip on his staff and go, "I don't like this kind of magic," and he's gonna start charging forward. 25, 30, 35, 40. Yes? That's 40 feet. And then how far away is the guy? Which box is he technically in?
So I'm gonna I put him there just because so it would look good, but he'll be right there. We'll come right.
I'm gonna hit him with my staff.
Bonk.
from 10 feet away, 15 feet away.
Yes.
What?
Is
the
that a
fuck?
15-foot reach?
Yeah, I think. No, that's 10 feet away.
Lisa and Q.
Good.
Could have moved a square diagonal instead, closer.
That's probably true. If you want to map it out a different way, I don't mind.
Where was I? I was right here, right?
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. What? Did I do that right?
I guess you must have been off the other time anyway.
Looks right to me.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with my staff.
Bonk.
All right, go
and I
ahead
will-
and give me a roll hit. Oh, you're already doing it. 23 will hit.
Oh yeah. And I will. Oh, that's gonna be one-handed. And then
For real.
because I'm a bugbear, my unarmed attacks also have a 10-foot reach, and so I'm going to one-hand him with my staff, and then pull it back on the way back. Give him a left hook. Well, I try to with one of my key points to do
Amazing.
Fury of Blows.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be more like a coming back up, back down, and then retracting type of deal.
Yeah.
So I get 2 of those. I was so close to a nat 20.
Rolling super well. The first one will hit.
Okay.
Max damage rolls.
Hell yes. We love that.
And then I will yell out, "Guys, there's way more people in here than I thought. Please come help." And then I will end my turn.
Fantastic. Let me make sure that none of these cultists are going in between real quick.
I don't know if this is something that you do and I just don't notice, but I think it would be helpful if we did an on-deck system for combat also.
I usually do.
Okay.
I just, in fixing the thing before, I forgot to actually write down initiative, so I'm fixing that now. Up next is going to be Maeve.
All right. I'll just see. I'll just scoot like over here because I have to take a whole action to turn into a bear. So I'll just do that. Just big bear, and this bear has like thorns and stuff too.
Okay.
Because of the thing. Yeah.
It's just a big
Amazing.
porcupine.
Bear. Yeah,
Because of
pretty
the
much.
thing.
Yeah. That's
Um,
literally it.
Before you continue your action, sorry to interrupt that. I don't think I have an initiative roll for Bren. That's just the name.
Normally when I log back in, I get a gigantic chat log with all of my prior rolls too. So,
He did not roll.
did I not?
Yeah,
No.
I can't
Doesn't
see
look
the
like it.
ministry, at least.
Your last roll was an Arcana check. I think.
Performance was a 19.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
God, we all suck at rolling.
Aggressively average.
At least you wouldn't have gone yet.
9. Cool. Okay, so continue with your turn there. Sorry about that.
I really don't think I can do much else because I can't like cast anything in wild shape. So I literally
thought-
just turn in.
Wasn't
Can you
wild
bonus
shape a
before?
bonus action?
I checked
Moon
earlier. It
Druid.
said action. Yeah,
Oh.
that was a whole action.
It's
Okay.
a trade-off.
Moon Druid is
Pretty
OP.
good monsters.
You just
Crazy
see
good.
Maeve break off into the from the pack and just erupt into this thorny giant grizzly, looking intimidating as fuck, and we love it. Up next though will be Vesper. Following that we'll have a cultist go.
So, this room is full of blood and like bodies and shit. Like, what am I seeing?
Yeah, so all around the edges of the room are like intestines and entrails like strung up like Christmas lights.
Are these notably
there's-
human?
They are humanoid for sure.
Okay.
Based on the giant cooked thigh you see on the table, and
suppose
the
that's what I
size
meant,
you've
yeah.
seen of the Fey Queens, you're pretty sure this is the queen that was abducted.
Okay, gotcha. So Vesper was the first person that ran into this room and like led the charge, and was holding the sword, and has been in the same position he rushed into the room, just like staring blankly at his sword, and has been there kind of the whole time. So you guys started doing actions, and he was just absolutely frozen. And he drops his sword, and he's like noticeably altered physically by what he's seeing. I'm gonna make eye contact with Kaelinor, who would know some things about my backstory. And maybe, I don't know, maybe would imply some things, but I don't say anything. I just look at you, and I draw out my sword. And I'm gonna hold my action in response to being attacked or some sort of physical threat to me or Kaelinor.
Okay.
But I have dropped my sword.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're holding an action for a threat.
Yeah.
Not currently holding the sword. No bonus actions or anything.
No, completely frozen shock.
Okay. Fantastic. Next then will be our first couple of cultists, who, with only one person moved up so far, they're both going to settle. The one guy's already there, right here around Kinfath. Both going to take a couple of attacks on Kinfath here. Don't suppose the 7 hits.
Definitely not.
How about a 19?
Fuck. Yeah, it does.
Okay. In that case, let me go ahead and roll. Just these. Oh, wow, that went way over there. That's just going to be 4 piercing damage as you see one of these cultists pull out a long sword from under the cloak and just jab it just onto into your thigh, and you just take a big hit from it. But the other one swings, and you're easily able to dodge out of the way. With that done, Kaelinor, you're up. Following that will be Morgan.
Okay. First thing, Kaelinor is he's already had his sword hilt in his hand, but he's going to summon his blade, holding it out and saying, bear with me as I figure out how I want to pronounce it, Michaela Vongwe, which for anybody who speaks Elvish in my proximity means Sword of Storms. And yes, I did sit down for several hours and piece together Elvish words to make one that sounded cool.
Badass.
And so as I say that, my sword handle has like the crossguard like folded up away from it, and when I summon it, it folds down, and then like the typical rapier handguard kind of comes down on the one side as well, and the blade shoots up. Has anybody seen the I can't think of the name of it now, Raya and the Last Dragon?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the sword that like turns into like a metal whip, it's kind of like the inverse of that. It like comes out kind of like segmented and then like fuses together as one long straight blade.
Sick.
Then I'm going to take my other hand and kind of concentrate for a second, grip my fist with my catalyst in my hand, activate my blade song as a bonus action.
Hell yeah.
And there will be just like this little kind of like burst of wind coming from Kaelinor for a quick second as he just speeds himself up magically, essentially.
You know.
You know. And then he's gonna kind of give Vesper a look, but still just dash off towards the danger ahead. Is this, can I like path 1, 2 here? Is that?
You could go under the stairs, yeah.
I was going up to the stairs.
Oh, you want to go onto the stairs?
Yeah, that
Okay,
direction.
yeah, no, that's fine
okay.
too.
5, 6, 7, because Blade Song amps me up by 10 movement speed.
Yeah, damn.
As I am approaching out of my fucking the crystal on my gauntlet, there's gonna be like this little storm cloud that starts pooling out, a little rumble of thunder, very gentle. As I approach, hold my hand out, cloud kind of disperses across the area, snap my fingers, a little flash of lightning, and the cloud detonates for a level 2 thunder wave.
Woo!
Hell yeah, man. Do I need to roll a saving throw for that?
Correct. It is.
Do I need to roll a saving throw for that?
You do not. You are just out of range. It is 2 feet in either direction, and then, or 2 squares in either direction, and then 3 squares in front of him. So you are just out of range.
Oh. Phew.
But it is a, I believe, Constitution. Constitution saving throw, save DC 13.
Cool. And it's gonna be then for Luther and the what is it called? The cultists to Kinfath's left.
That one. Yep.
Okay.
It's half damage. Half damage on a success. On a fail, it's full damage, and they're pushed 10 feet away from me.
Oh, no.
What's that?
It's already done. Luther fails. The cultist. I just opened Epic Games because I misclicked on my
Fortnite. We're getting on, boys.
What up?
He's cracked.
And then what do we
He's
have?
won.
What was the DC again?
13.
Failed from the cultist as well.
Okay, I'm gonna roll damage here. My physical dice. 5. 7 is 12. 7 is 19 damage.
Sick. Let's see. Let's do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then they both get pushed 10 feet back.
Correct.
Okay. You see Luther gets knocked back, and he lands right in front of this this massive heart. He braces himself on the ground a little bit, then stands back up, and like you can see the fabric of like his scarf or his cloak almost being pulled into this heart. But he steps forward just away, and it sort of dissipates. The cultist, however, flies into it. And you hear a scream before it happens and after it happens for like 10 more seconds as he just disappears through this heart.
Oh.
He's out of there.
Did he die from my spell, or did he die from entering the cage? Am I able to discern that?
Give me insight.
Insight?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a +1?
Actually, you can roll me either insight or perception, whichever you prefer. If they're different.
I have perception or proficiency in perception, so I would
Go for it.
13.
With a 13, you'd still be able to recognize that this man was breathing before he hit the heart.
Okay. Thank you.
After that, anything else on your turn?
That was all I got.
All right.
I'm gonna take. No, I'm not gonna take it. I was gonna. Nope, I'm good. That's it.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
Morgan, you're up.
So is this wall that's right in front of us, that's in front of Evan, is that like half cover for anybody? Were to throw anything at it?
The wall there,
Yeah.
if you go up the stairs, you will have high ground advantage. Other than that, though, it's just gonna act as it's kind of not even there.
Okay. Good. Top of the stairs, I guess.
Okay.
Sword in hand, Morgan's gonna sit there, channel a little flickering of light in his hand that turns bright red, and he's gonna throw a fireball at one of these goons.
Fucking fireball?
Or
A fireball or
sorry.
firebolt? Okay.
Sorry, bolt.
Oh!
I read it wrong. My bad.
God, that is a level 3 spell. Holy fuck.
I mean, if he had a scroll, you could do it, right?
If he had one, yeah.
That'd be a hell of a starting item.
I'd like my
This
magic
is
item to
keep
be
my-
fire.
Scroll.
I'm gonna hit
Okay, yeah. Which one?
the one in front of Kinfath.
Yeah.
Front to
Go
back.
ahead and give me a roll to hit.
Alright. Fails tremendously.
What'd you roll?
Yeah, you see this firebolt go, in fact, rather close to Kinfath, but unfortunately, because of Kinfath's dexterity, is able to dodge that, but it nearly takes out your teammate there. Unfortunately, not landing. But do you have anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope. I'm going to start swearing under my breath.
Yeah, I'm gonna start swearing outside of my breath. What the hell, Morgan?
Fucking
Outside
ignoring. I'm ignoring the bugbear.
Okay. Up next is Ren. Then there will be some rogues, and then Ebenezer.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm putting a description on this custom. I never added my thing to my sheet.
How?
I apologize. I was trying to. I remembered two players again trying to backfill this. I think. Fuck did it go?
Are you going to be using it on this turn?
Potentially. Likely. I just need to figure out. I'll just read it from the sheet then. So we agreed last time that I was already I had pulled out my sword.
Yes.
So what people would have seen as I drew my sword was nothing, like no hilt, because I got rid of the hilt. Or not the hilt, but the what's the word?
Crossguard. Pommel.
Sheath,
Shaft.
or well, scabbard, sheath.
Scabbard.
So nothing like that on my hip, but on my left side, you just see almost this like thorny green growth start to grow kind of out of the back of my hand. And then as it reaches a length that would be suitable for a sword, I just kind of grasp it, and you see that I start to twist my wrist around a little bit. It's just kind of not like a warm up, but like it's free from me. It's not part of me. But it's rather green, and it has like some thorns and stuff around the center, but it's like a grass blade almost.
Hell yeah. Pencil.
What's that?
There's a grass sword in Adventure Time. Not like you're describing, but it's a very simple blade of grass.
That literally conjures out of his head.
That's true.
It's badass.
So, how high is this area that Kaelinor and Morgan are on?
It's only about 10 feet up.
Approximately one staircase.
Is it reasonable to say that from where I am standing, or maybe even 5 or 10 feet to my right, I would have vision of somewhere in this approximate area?
You would have vision of sort of the space above it, but you'd be, looking
like here,
up a wall. So,
like here at the top of the stairs.
All right. Depending on, you wouldn't be able to see the ground there, if that's what you mean, but you would see the space above it for sure.
Or why?
Okay, we'll just forget about it. Well, damn. 5, 10, 15. Am I able to pass past him?
Yeah, that's fine.
30.
Okay.
At which point I will Misty Step here next to Kaelinor. And as I do, I need to account for my use on my spell sheet. There we go. As I do, you see almost like a petal storm start to appear around Ren, and as it all suddenly like shoots up in a mini tornado, they start to just fall very lightly, just kind of wavering back and forth as they fall to the ground. And I'm not there anymore. I've moved up by Kaelinor. And I will point my sword at Luther after kind of holding it up for a second and then pointing it at Luther. And as I do, you see a bright white-yellow light shoot out of my blade in the direction of Luther.
Amazing. remind me, what type of saving throw do I need?
Constitution saving throw.
Gotcha. And with that angle, it would probably also hit that guy. So I'm just gonna roll for him as well.
Yeah, it's 60 feet.
Let's see.
What are you doing?
The thing.
Get fucked.
Is this like your magic item?
Yes.
Okay.
White,
Luther
yellow, light,
passes,
5 foot
but
beam.
the cultist does not.
Are any of them undead?
No.
Okay. Are any of them oozes? Feels
Believe
like a
it or
long
not, no.
shot, but might as well ask. Let me roll. Wow. 15 damage. Full of the fail have to save. The fail is blinded.
Gotcha.
Sick.
Blinded. Okay, and then it's half. And okay. Amazing. A beautiful display of Ren's abilities as you see him pulling out a thorny sword, disappearing into petals, reappearing, and then casting sunlight across the room, blinding an individual and damaging another. We love that. Up next, we have a few rogues in a row here.
Oh boy.
Let's see. These back four. So, 1, 2, 3. Roll the hit on the boy. 18.
Fuck. Yeah, it hits.
Only another 4.
Okay.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Nope. Yeah, go there.
What?
Sorry, I couldn't click on the token anymore. There we go. You can only get to there, so you can't quite get into the range of the token. So that'll be actually he's going to cunning action to dash and get into range, but then he can't attack. So this other one in the back gonna do the same thing around the other side, cunning action to get into range. This man here is going to actually come around this way and sort of wait in the shadows. That'll be our rogues. Ebenezer, you're up. Then we have more rogues. Luther, then Kinfath. Eventually, we'll be the next player. So.
Got it.
Yeah. Alright, so Ebenezer is absolutely terrified right now, shaking in his boots. The low initiative was definitely accurate. He is sweating, like, and his labored breathing, like he's never seen this much bloodshed before, or action outside of he's never been in sort of situation before.
Mm.
And so he's panicking. Lizard's kind of like running around frantically back and forth, looking for good angles, vantage points, whatever. Did we come downstairs, Foster?
You did. These same stairs here.
Oh wait, where's the stairs?
Here and here.
We came down those stairs.
Yeah, came down those. Oops. You can go back up them if you'd like. The exit is this way.
Okay. Next question. Is Misty Step can I cast a spell after Misty Step?
You can cast a cantrip after you Misty Step, or another magical effect, but you can't cast another spell, unfortunately.
Okay. Quaking in his boots, Ebenezer realizes that he needs to be helpful still, no matter the situation here. So he's going to cast Web, second level spell.
Okay.
Wow.
He's going to cast it from this point. Oops, sorry. This point right here.
Okay. What's the
And-
range of web?
60 feet.
Wow.
And it has a 20-foot radius.
Wow, that is shorter away than I thought. Amazing. Okay, so where exactly was it?
Right there. And that's gonna hit everybody, I think.
I get hit by that?
You do not. It's 20. It's 20.
So yeah, it hit everybody but the one to Kinfath's right, it looks like.
Kinfath does get hit in the web. It looks like for some reason. So I'm sorry about that.
Unfortunately, math be mathing.
Thanks.
Listen,
That's suffering relentless friendly fire.
this is also thematically,
He is blind.
yeah, cut him some slack. But he's gonna cast web,
Okay.
and that is gonna be his turn.
What is the effect of web?
Web.
I'm
And what does it
sticky.
look like?
I believe I need to make dexterity saving throws, right?
Yes. So
Oh, that's fine.
each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the web or until it breaks free.
Fuck.
A creature restrained by the webs can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. If it succeeds, it is no longer restrained.
Wow.
But that does take an action. The webs are flammable, and if someone's standing in the webs and they catch fire, they take 2d4 fire damage.
Amazing.
Wow.
Okay, so how many of these do I need to roll? We got 1, 2, 3.
I don't think
It's
you have to
when
make it until
when
their
they
turn.
when their turn starts.
It is when their turn
Oh,
starts.
okay, cool. Well, then I
Or
only need to
when
roll
they
2 right
move.
now.
How it looks, just like from where I had casted it at, like you guys just see like webs, like kind of like confetti, like, and then like it just like kind of lays over the individuals that get stuck in them.
Amazing. Let's see here.
And Ebenezer will stay right where he is.
God damn it, Ebenezer.
We add to that. It's going to be a fail from. What did I just do? Going to be
Grimes.
a fail from this boy, who I'm going to just give a little icon to. We call it this, and a fail from this boy, and they both are restrained. So that's no movement, correct?
No movement.
But it doesn't reduce other actions.
Correct.
Great. Do they have anything that's ranged? They sure do. We love it. We are going to see 2 ranged crossbow attacks from the 2 of these boys. One at Ren and one at Kaelinor. So let's see what we get here. It's a 19 at Ren.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And that's a 12 at Kaelinor.
Miss. Slice the arrow out of the air with my hair. Sword. With my
With
hair.
your hair?
Wow! No. Fucking smack it out of the air.
Like Yasuo windwalling with his ponytail.
Literally.
It's going to be 6 points of piercing damage as you see this arrow fly through the air and just stick you in the shoulder.
Is he that badass thing they always do in movies and just like stare at him and pull it out
Yes, absolutely.
and not take bleeding?
Yeah, no, you won't take bleeding from it.
Okay, that was the important part.
Incredible. Then it's going to be Luther's turn. You see him just immediately distance himself from this star just ever so slightly.
He has to dex save.
Dex
Oh,
save.
this is true.
He's not distancing shit. Hopefully.
Was he had a deck save from the web?
DC 13.
Yes.
Okay, he passed with flying colors. Yeah, you see him move just slightly. Actually, he's gonna move up 1 square. He's just gonna step forward so he's not immediately touching this.
It just says dexterity saving. Oh, it is 13. Yep, there it is. Sorry.
And
Welcome to
following that.
What happens if somebody gets forcefully moved into another character? Is there some kind of save they have to make to not fall over or be toppled, or does it just stop the forced move?
You know, I
Depends,
don't
probably.
know a specific rule about that.
This is a campaign where you might have to make that, just because I have 2 sources of forced movement. Just
Yeah, Kaelinor has at least one. I'll look into the rules in a second here.
Okay.
But anyway, Luther steps away from this and says, "But you don't get it. This doesn't matter. None of this matters. Join me and just see the beauty on the other side." Does he get any response from the room?
Am I next in turn order?
You would be, yeah.
Okay, then I will save my response until it's my turn.
Okay. Does anybody else say anything to him?
Is that a threat?
No, it's kind of an invitation.
He's. Do
Everyone
I
is
perceive
too
him
busy
as the
working.
one who has done this?
Almost absolutely.
Can I
yeah.
use my action now?
Sure.
Okay. So as he's talking, and I've had a second to kind of watch you guys engage in battle after freaking the fuck out and dropping my sword, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, this is the guy. He's doing some fucked up shit. And I'm gonna see him standing like, I don't know, kind of between Kaelinor and this big portal thing. And I've dropped my sword, and you're gonna see this ring on Vesper's hand start to glow, and he like picks his hand up like this, and he's like trembling and kind of, I don't know, it's a reaction that he wasn't expecting necessarily, and his mouth opens and just flies come out of it, and in a 10-foot radius underneath this man, and I'm assuming I can get these guys right here on a 10-foot radius. Those flies swarm to, and I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom. And each creature in that 10-foot radius needs to make a con save.
Okay.
As like
Gross.
just this cloud of flies swarms it, and it's like smoky black.
What is my save DC here?
13.
Okay, Luther passes, just barely. But let's see about our cultists. Why don't we? They don't, unfortunately, have.
They take 5, and he takes half of that.
Let's see. How many of them are getting hit? Is it these 3? Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah,
If you're placing it like in that ish direction.
yeah.
Yes, please place it in that ish direction.
No, I'm not gonna hit you.
Friendly fire. Friendly
Okay.
fire.
Actually, that's
yeah,
a good thing in this case, but I won't be using it.
All 3 of them take full damage. They all fail.
Beautiful.
He will take half of
Half of 5. Yeah. Necrotic damage if it matters.
Okay.
And can I pick up my sword as a bonus action or no?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll pick up my sword and like try to participate in this fight.
Word.
Gnarly.
And start coughing.
Lovely.
Single fight like
Incredible as we watch some fucking Book
I'm
of
disturbed.
Exodus shit happening out here. Fucking plague of flies. And with that, Kinfat, you're up.
Upon hearing him say this and then
Oh,
being
I'm sorry. He didn't actually take his action. Lucy didn't take his action. He just spoke.
Yeah. Sorry.
So we're gonna do that real quick.
we almost got away with
Imagine, dude, I tried.
Did we determine earlier that the body
Repulsed.
parts were the queen?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Back. You see him actually put his hand out to this cultist in front of him, and he sort of gets close to him and says, "My pawn, this is your time. If ever you were to perform, it shall be now." And you see this guy just straighten up a little bit, as he's been bardically inspired. And that will be his turn. However, Kenpath, you're up.
Okay, upon hearing him say that, I will take my staff and I'll like hold it again for a second. And I'll go, "No!" And I'll try and hit him on the head with my staff.
Thank you for keeping us in suspense.
21 to hit,
21 will hit.
6 damage.
All right.
My dex saving throw. 13 is the save, right?
Did you move?
Well, I'm gonna fucking try to. I started my turn, yeah.
Then you have to. If you want to move, you have to beat a 13.
You hit the
Okay,
DC.
well,
You're good to go.
Cool. And then I will use my bonus action to make one unarmed strike on him as well, if I can. 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Fuck. Okay. Then I will do a backflip out of the webs,
Amazing.
and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Incredible. Maeve, you're up, and Vesper, you're next.
Fuck yeah.
All right. I'm gonna scoot over here. So I just like turn into this big, scary bear. And then the second I actually start moving, I like look like I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm like actually stumbling. Like, this bear is brand new. And I think I can go that far. So I have 40.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna hit the guy right there, the closest guy to me. And I have multi-attack with this bear. So I can
Amazing.
use bite and then claws.
Damn.
So,
3 total attacks, yeah? Give me all 3.
2, I think.
Oh, just 2? It's just bite, then claw? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I think I just 20. I'll just. Okay, that's 1, and it's +5, and then they're
Alright.
both +5.
Both of those will hit.
Okay. So then bite is 1d8 +4. 60. So that +4, and then claws are 2d6 +4.
Wow.
Oh, that's rough.
God.
Well, this guy's actually already damaged, so that's okay. And what does it look like as he goes down?
Ooh.
Yay.
Nice.
Okay, so
Is this the guy that was blinded? Motherfucker
yes,
just
it is.
blinded, getting beaten up by a bear.
Yeah.
oopsies. So I'll like flash at him, right? And then where the wound is, you can see it start to like I don't know how to explain it, like kind of get
Rot?
infected. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like rot all over, and then he's just dead.
That's badass.
Nice.
I love it.
Kinfeth will be visibly concerned.
Sorry.
Everybody
The
says I am
blind guy
rabies. What
won't.
do you mean? Anything else on your turn?
That's it.
Fantastic. Vesper, you're up.
Um,
Following that, we have Rogues and then Kaelinor.
Fuck And I'm gonna. Has any of these guys been? I hit them. Have they been hit by any other damage?
The one right in front of Kalinor, I believe, was part of his thunder damage.
Okay.
The one on the left, I don't think so. The one on the right has been hit by Kinfath. The first turn, if I remember correctly. And
The one on the right, correct.
Yeah. And this one's actually far right. It's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can move, I think. So I have to go up the stairs to get that way. 1, 2, 4, 5. I can be on top of Parker in 30 feet.
Hot.
That's what I'm saying. On top of Morgan. Apologies. And as I round the corner at the top, I am going to... my blade is going to glow like this winter white. And I'm going to cut through the air. And like a Ezreal fucking true shot barrage. Just boom! And it hits the guy chill touch. I believe that's a roll to hit. Correct. 12 plus 5, 17.
17 on it?
Beautiful. 7 damage, 7 necrotic damage.
Amazing. Let me be sure. 1 second. Need to determine something. Like lost track a little bit through here.
On a D8, there's no bonus to that damage. That was pretty sick.
Sick.
You haven't been hit yet, Kalinor, is that correct?
Nope.
Okay.
Do you remember what your damage was, Evan, on your last turn?
It was 19.
19 damage? Okay. Then
It's a level
yes,
2 spell.
That's
that guy, if it's the same one, then that guy's dead.
Okay, so the
The one directly
fucking
in front
it
of me?
curves like right between you two standing there, and like a blade cutting through him, and he just like freezes and falls.
Amazing. You see Luther look down at this like half a frozen body and just goes, such a disappointment. And that's all you really get from him. But anything else on your turn?
No. That's turn.
Amazing. In that case, one of these guys on this initiative is dead. But the other guy is going to move down this way.
Make a saving throw.
And an
He does
opportunity
it.
attack.
He doesn't get an opportunity attack because this man has 10 feet of reach. So
Oh, he has an
Exit.
opportunity from Maeve.
I don't think
Does
they were
Maeve
five.
have 10
Was
feet of
in
reach?
range.
Oh, no, good point. You're right. I do have 10 feet, so he's good.
That's OP.
Passes the dex save.
Darn. So he's
It
through the
is
web.
just going to. Unfortunately, these guys are all rogues, so they are pretty dexterous.
Mhm.
But he is going to get to Kalinor. Gonna make an attack here. That is a 21, which I'm assuming will hit you.
That hits. That hits my crazy for a wizard AC.
So that's just going to be. It's going to be 9 points of damage. And that's going to be his turn. So Kalinor, you're up. Then we have Morgan following.
Hey Vesper, I took damage. FYI.
I didn't hold. I could bonus action, but I did not hold anything. So
I'm gonna fucking Thunderwave again. This time at level 1. But just the same thing, just push forward a storm cloud that blows up. So
Just straight forward, because that will hit
Yeah.
Ren.
No, if it's just the squares in front of me, like
Okay.
like
Well,
here.
So
Take
I
a
was
step
assuming
forward.
it would be even with you and forward, if that makes sense.
See, I thought it was like in front of me, just a square starting from in front of. But that was what I was asking.
I see. Okay.
If you want to be
yeah, no.
super technical, you could point it a little bit to the right and not hit. You wouldn't hit the fucking bugbear, and you could hit the guy to the corner of you.
That's true. We'll call it in front of you. Hit all three of these guys.
Okay, that's your call.
I'm totally cool with it. Whatever makes
Constitution.
you feel the coolest.
That does make me feel the.
Fireball.
Unless you want to in character, I was suggesting that because it may keep Luther out of portal.
I
Unless
was
that's what
kind
you
of
wanna-
pointing him
Okay.
in that direction.
Then do it. I don't want to turn you down from doing it. I was just.
What is the distance of range on your Thunderwave, by the way? Is it 15?
15 feet away from me, and 10 feet if they fail the save,
Gotcha.
which is a 13 con save.
Okay.
Only 8
Luther-
total damage.
Luther passes this time.
Mm.
The guy on the right fails. And the guy on the left passes. So this guy will go flying back. I think they all take the damage though, or up to half
They
damage?
take half damage on a pass.
Okay, what's your damage?
Total was 8.
Gotcha. Okay, amazing. This guy is going to be knocked back 10 feet. Not
other one passed.
quite into the heart. The other one did pass.
Okay.
But as that reaches out and the thunder does hit the base of this heart, you see a tiny little crack appear in the heart itself, and it's almost like wind funneling into it in that area. You see by this piano, this elf that you saw before blip into existence behind it. Yeah, you guys might want to be careful with that, just saying. And then he disappears again.
If I would have done that the first time I hit it, I wouldn't have done it a second time.
What elf that we saw before?
Leave.
When you walked into this building, there was
Oh.
a guy sitting in the front who had a brief conversation with you.
Okay, we didn't get a name.
No.
That's just like us too.
Who did you hit, Evan?
This one, and why?
I believe this one and this one was still in the web. If they got knocked back, do they get out of the web?
No, they'll still have to make the save at the start of their turn.
Okay, I was just curious.
With that, anything else on Kaila's turn?
I do think after taking a rather huge hit for my health, I'm going kind of like defensively use that Thunder Wave and then take one little step back, and not in any kind of mechanical way that matters, but take up a defensive stance.
Sounds good. Morgan, you're up. What do you want to do?
It's 60 feet. Am I too far away for this? Technically, no. I'm going to scooch around Vesper.
We are technically in the same square, so I am
okay.
there also.
What's this red thing in the middle? Is it just there for show?
Jelly.
So this red thing in the middle, I actually, it doesn't make any spatial sense because of how you came down the stairs, but this is the best map I could find. I would imagine that's like the table that the thigh is sitting on.
Great.
Okay.
You know that table. Thigh on.
I want to touch it as I'm walking past it.
Okay.
And absorb
thigh
some
or
of the
the
blood
table?
that's on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Just,
Do I see that?
Demonetized.
You're behind me. I'm behind you. You can't see shit.
Do I see it?
Yeah. I would say because of the rather extreme magical power that would be coming from a Fey deity's body, I'm gonna, with that action or that object interaction, you have one temporary extra blood maledict charge.
Dope.
As I'm doing that, I'm gonna go over for another over to here, and I'm gonna launch another firebolt at. I'm gonna do Luther this time.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Fuck. Never mind. I'm done.
Hey, still cool what you just did. But you send this firebolt at him, and because it misses and he's standing right in front of it, that does also crash into the heart. You see it crack open just a little bit extra.
I was trying to hit the guy behind him with it, just in case. Fuck.
Anything else on your turn, or that was it? I believe your blood curses are bonus actions, if I recall.
True. I don't know how it fully works. So, do I just?
So,
I'll explain to you.
Riley's spell said that if it was hit with fire, it would ignite. That firebolt ignite the entire web.
The
You know,
web would be on the
It would
heart.
also destroy the web
I think
It would destroy it, but they would take
with fire.
Also damage all the enemies.
Yeah,
inside.
it would.
I think it
Yeah.
absolutely would. Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm not on it anymore.
Good
There
reminder.
was just the two that were still in it, right? The other ones had made their
It
saves?
was this guy, and this guy.
If
Okay,
they're-
so you all take. I think Riley, you roll the damage here for fire. It's like 2d6 or something.
They're still on the web, though, right?
Yeah, if they're still in the area of the web, wouldn't they catch fire with it? Even if they're not stuck by it?
That's up to the
Standing
DM. It says that they broke out. That's all it says.
Let me read specifically and make a decision here.
Unintended working.
I'm not on the web
That's
anymore,
kind of
so
working.
You're not in the web.
I'm happy if they all take the damage.
You know what? Yeah, because they can still move back into the web. So yeah, absolutely, they'll all take the damage.
All right, it's gonna be 2d4 fire damage. So I'll go ahead and roll that, DM, if that's what you.
Absolutely.
Is that
Get 'em
ignite
easier.
wearables?
What?
What?
Some things ignite things that people are wearing. Like if something on them is catching fire on them, does it light other things on them on fire?
Firebolt isn't that fucking OP.
Mechanically, no, not unless it's specified, but
It's a
I
D10.
would say that.
5 damage.
5, fantastic. The guy here in front dies with that 5 fire damage as you see this tag team combo of the web and then igniting it, doing a bunch of damage, and the rest of these guys are not looking fantastic either. Amazing. After that, anything else on your turn? Your blood maledict. Do you have questions about it?
It's fine. I'll do it some other time.
Okay. If you're sure.
Yeah, I'm still reading up on it.
Sounds good. Ren, you're up.
So I just broke an arrow off my shoulder, and as I'm still looking forward, staring that guy down, a fucking firebolt flies past me on the right, killing the guy immediately in front of me. I think without even like looking back, I'm just going to take a slow step forward, and as I do, I'm going to use my Hexblade Curse, which there is no save for or anything. It just happens. And as I do, my eyes would start to radiate just a tiny bit of light, kind of like a goldenish light. And as they do, you see a singular black rose start to grow off of Luther's shoulder, and it immediately begins to wither and decay, one petal at a time. And as I'm walking forward casting this, I would say something along the lines of, having seen the queen coming in, Luther, you've committed high treason. And on behalf of my queen and the entire realm, I sentence you to death. And then I'm going to swing with my floral hexblade.
Incredible, yeah. Give me a roll hit.
Oh,
Fucking 9.
fuck.
Unfortunately, does not hit. You know what though? Roll it with advantage, just because of that amazing character moment.
Come on.
It's really going to suck if I miss again.
That one.
15.
Oh.
Unfortunately, does not hit.
Seriously.
Oh,
Damn.
sir.
Very, very close. Just about as close as you could possibly be, but unfortunately,
Fuck.
does not hit. Yeah, take notes, everybody.
I already wrote it down.
Putting it on the actual.
So as you swing, he sort of steps out of the way of it, and he says, "High treason? No. I serve beauty, as do all the Fae. And this, my friend, is beauty incarnate."
Blasphemy.
He smiles widely as you say so. So now we have all but one of the rogues that are left.
Cool.
I believe we're all gonna have to make, just because of how I ruled the fire before, we're gonna do dex saves again.
I think the
And
web's
the fire
gone.
left. Oh, is it until your turn?
Well,
the
just
web-
ignited.
How long do they last?
It ignited.
Caught on fire.
Oh, it dissipates? Okay,
Yes, yes.
that makes sense. In that case, he won't.
That's how it works in Minecraft, at least.
Seeing Ren so close to Luther, this guy on the left is going to go ahead and take a crossbow attack on Ren here. It's going to be a 9, which I don't think it will hit you.
No.
It would hit Ebenezer.
Yeah.
Then these other two guys here, I guess we're going to do the same thing. Is the most apparent threat to their leader right now.
And are we allowed to flavor misses like that? Like, is that cool?
Yeah,
I-
how would you like to flavor it?
I think. Yes.
love
Just
it.
because of the positioning, I'm thinking being a left-handed swordsman, my blade just comes up and parries like I just hold it like a shield almost to the side of me, assuming they're aiming at my head and just tink.
Oh, fuck. I need to.
Incredible. Read like a book. Next one is going to be a dirty 20, which I'm pretty sure will hit you.
Nope.
How dirty.
Plate armor.
So it's going to do 6 piercing damage, as
Deal.
it hits right in the same shoulder.
No deal.
Oh. Like Robin Hood splitting the arrow type vibe?
Yeah, I mean, like, it misses the wound a little bit, but it's close enough that it's going to still hurt a lot.
Wow.
I'm gonna break this one off, and as I do, I'm gonna look fucking annoyed and a little bit of pain and say, "Motherfucker!"
Third one. No.
Third one.
7. Yeah, all 3 of these guys try to fight you. 7 does not hit you. Would you like to flavor that as well?
No, I'm feeling a little bit defeated at the moment.
Great.
I'm feeling like I'm about to see them.
With that, Ebenezer, you're up.
Ebenezer is traumatized beyond belief, and he will take no action this turn.
Fucking loser. Imagine not taking an
Okay.
action because you're traumatized.
Does he say anything, or what is he thinking? I suppose.
The old man shitting
He-
himself.
Just assisted in killing a man, and he's not about that. So he never taken life before, and it regurgitates a bunch of past rumors, if you will, and he's just He's in disbelief right now, so he does nothing this turn,
Do I notice
and
that?
he's frozen in place. And yeah,
Yeah, I don't suppose anybody would like have to roll to see that he's not moving. I mean, he's just not moving. So yeah, if you would like to have noticed, you certainly can.
Behind you, a story down 50 feet away in the same 6
Right.
seconds that you're hitting somebody.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
I
Probably
think that's
not.
enough, man.
30 feet away. I have proficiency in perception, thank you.
Well, you just thundered yourself.
it's canon now that Evan's character has eyes in the back of his head.
Imagine.
I was
Um,
actively retreating.
That seems like a Kalinor thing that would be true though. Like just like can see behind him as eyes open up.
That's true.
This is a spell that he crafted.
There's a little creature in the back of your hair.
No.
He said it, guys.
Never surprised.
Okay. After Ebenezer, both of those ones are dead. So it's gonna be Luther.
Did Maeve go this turn?
Early.
Oh my gosh, did I straight up skip Maeve? Where is Maeve?
Before me.
Did you go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking
okay,
ate
Only
that
had
dude.
2 turns.
Yeah.
One turn, turn into bear. Second turn, eat some
Okay.
bear.
Okay,
True,
great.
true.
I want to be sure everybody's getting their
Hey,
Bear? Kill with bear.
Appreciate it.
I think you said eat. I think you meant to say absolutely fucking desecrate their corpse.
Literally. Whoops.
little
Whoops a daisy.
It's okay. It's okay.
It happens, you know.
At least you didn't push someone into an endless void to rip them apart for an excruciating 10 seconds.
Potentially for all of eternity.
Tried to do it again. What do you mean, whoops? Like, pretty any one-shot kill. Thank you.
As Luther begins his turn, he looks over to Kinfath and says, "You're a monk, yes, from Taladoka, is that right?
Yes.
Surely then, you can appreciate what I'm doing here. Follow me." And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad. Oh yeah, no. 30-20, bitch.
That'll pass it. That'll
That's right.
pass it.
That's right, it will.
His save DC is 19.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Jesus.
Your spooky words won't work on me, evil man. I worship my staff.
As a good manager should.
Interesting. That you would worship him. He is then going to once again give a short, rousing speech to this man behind him, and again, bardically inspire this man. Or a different man, but another bardic inspiration. And that is going to be his turn. And Kinfath, you're up.
Your fancy words won't work on me, you evil man. I didn't see what happened to the queen, but my friend said it was bad, and I will take my staff attack at him if I could.
Sure. At Luther across there.
Yes.
Works for me. Go ahead and roll that.
That doesn't hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to the guy that just got bardically inspired and use a key point to flurry of blows him.
Fantastic.
So out of frustration, I'll turn to this guy and I'll go, "Fine then, you can have it," and I'll hit him ideally with both of these.
First one definitely hits. Both hit. Yep.
Sick. Oh my god. 13 damage.
What does it look like as he goes down?
Okay, so you guys will actually see me. I'll take my staff with one hand and I'll swing at Luther, and as I miss, I'll kind of draw it back and put it above my head and let go. And it stays there. And so then I'll ready my two fists and I'll just kind of jab and then cross to try and knock him down in one fell swoop.
Nice.
To be clear, this
And
is a
then-
levitating staff right now.
Yes. suspended in space.
We're in space right now?
And then I will straighten up and take a breath, and then look towards Luther with both of my fists ready.
Amazing.
Can I use a reaction?
So just for my reference, would that be non-lethal? You punch this guy to death?
Can I punch him into the portal?
That's lethal.
I mean, you're
That's
technically
fucking
not moving
lethal.
him, but you're killing him anyway, so sure. You can flavor it that way if you'd like.
Cool. Then in that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna punch him with my left, and then do like one of those crazy spins where I hit with my left, turn to the right, and as I do, my left heel will come and slam this dude in the chin into the portal.
Full roundhouse kick this man.
Yes, straight into the portal. His jaw audibly broke before he went in, and then I
Crunch.
will straighten back up, back into the stance.
As he's kicking him in the head, I'm going, no! And then he flies in.
What did you say before? No?
I said, bear, no.
Oh, bear, no.
It's bear.
There are two bears. Maeve, you're up though. At Vesper next.
Speaking of
All
bears.
right.
Speaking of bears.
Yeah. So I just killed that guy, right? And I'm just gonna look down at my paws. Like, like if a bear could say, like imagine it as a bear though, you know? And then, yeah, pretty much. But like scared kind of, and then just like, oh well, I guess too late. And then I'm gonna come up on this. Wait, that guy's dead, right?
Oh, yep.
you
This,
got
this
kicked
guy
into
is dead.
oblivion.
Yeah, so I'll hit the big bad. And
Fantastic.
multi-attack again, so 1 bite and 1 claw.
Okay, go ahead and give me some rolls to hit.
So there's 1, these are +5, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then
Close.
this is claws +5.
The claws
16?
does hit. You see he like steps out of the way of the bite attack, but then off balance is not ready for this claw attack. So go ahead and give you the roll that the damage roll if you would.
Okay, that's 2d6 and then +4.
Hoo-hoo.
Wow.
14. That is solid damage.
That's it.
Amazing. Amazing. Vesper, you're up.
Vesper's up, baby. Okay, so I got some movement. I got some options. Bet. I'm gonna pass by my boy sprinting as this shadowy boy, and with my sword at the side, and I'm gonna come up next to this dude and just like drag it up and across his body and make a sword attack against him.
Cool.
That is 6 + 5, 11 on him.
It's not hit.
He fucking misses. I got too excited, and I'm like, shit, fuck. And I turn around, and I'm going to bonus action healing word my boy over here, Kaelinor. You'll see the same ring flow situation as I mutter some words that you can't hear from that distance. And you get this much healing. Let me see. I don't have one of those. I'm gonna roll it here. You
don't
get
have a D4?
7 healing. I didn't take one out. I only took a D20 and a D8 because that's all I needed for hitting shit.
Fuck yeah. That's almost all the
7
damage.
is pretty damn solid.
Yeah,
nice.
that's max roll. And I have 1 square movement, but I'm going to stay there, repositioning center sword on this man again to my upper
Fantastic.
left, and that's turn.
Anything else on your turn? Oh, okay.
Well,
oh.
no, that's all I'll do.
Okay. The other rogue that was on that initiative is dead. So Kaelinor, you're up.
bolstered by my recent ally, I am going to reach my hand out forward and kind of like grab and pull to Misty Step myself. That's the button. Misty Step myself up here. Just fucking surround this dude. And I'm going to, for my action, make a booming blade attack. So a regular weapon attack that flies to cantrip, correct?
Yes.
Is booming blade a cantrip?
Yeah.
Yeah, then by all means, go for it.
19 to hit.
19 will hit.
So it does 1d8 plus 3, 5 slashing damage. And it doesn't do, because of my level, it doesn't do anything. It just kind of like, from my sword as I hit him, kind of like a smaller version of like the same kind of thundery cloud comes from my sword and kind of like surrounds him a little bit, like maybe just like around his chest. If he moves, he'll take 1d8 thunder damage before my turn next. And then that'll be my turn.
Fantastic. Morgan, you're up.
Okay.
Actually, I need to roll a layer action real quick. See if I'm the
A layer action.
Layer
I don't know what that
actions
means, but I
brought
don't
to you
like
by onions. They're just like ogres.
They come out of the ground.
We got a bad number here.
69.
So what you see is this, the cracks that have already started to form in this heart start to, as the wind is rushing into them, you see them start to crack open more and more. And I'm actually going to need a Constitution saving
From
throw,
the whole fucking
DC
gang.
9 from everybody.
I get plus, no, because it's
Who?
Everybody in the room.
I'm good.
Constitution saving throw, DC 9.
Oh, fuck.
I got an 8.
17 from it.
Oh, damn.
What
Okay.
the fuck,
Is that the
guys?
same?
Those of you who failed are only going to move 5 feet closer to this.
Oh, okay.
Does Luther fail? That will determine if I can move or not.
Bye, Evan.
Do I die?
So these spaces right here, you'll still be okay. If you go any further, you're going in now.
Oh, fuck!
Luther failed.
Luther did fail. Yeah.
Okay.
To the right, to the right.
Now, Morgan, you're up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna stay away from the heart, and I'm gonna firebolt this guy over here on the side.
Fantastic.
Nate, I want to go home.
An unlucky day for Morgan.
Morgan's having a day.
You're out of your element. You haven't been out of the Feywilds probably ever. So, this is all new.
I'm just gonna, move back because I don't want to get pulled again.
Makes sense to me.
No.
And then anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna look at Ebenezer and I go, do something.
In that voice?
I didn't think
Yes,
you would sound like
in that
that.
exact voice.
I did not think you would fucking sound like
Scare
that.
him again. God damn it.
Ebenezer rolled to not piss your pants.
That's already happened.
Piss
This is
saving
just-
throw.
That's
Roll
that's
to
more.
defecate.
It's Morgan's angry voice.
That's probably happened too.
Disadvantage on defecation rolls. Defecation saves.
How old are you? Because
You
yeah.
can, bonus action cry if you'd like.
He is-
Crying
he
is a
like,
free
really
action.
fucking old. It's probably natural disadvantage.
It would definitely be, yeah. It's in
it
the
is
upper
your turn though,
70s.
Ebenezer.
Oh, really?
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's Ren. Ren, you're up.
Well,
Push him. Push him. Push him.
There's no way your strength is that high.
It's not. It's negative.
Same.
Do I have flanking where I'm at?
No.
With
no,
four of us?
4 of us in 5 feet.
If Evan was a square further, even if he's not
He would
completely
die.
behind, I'd still give it to you. But
Okay, can I maneuver past?
yeah, sure. That's flanking.
Ranked.
Perfect.
I take an opportunity attack.
I'm doing this thing again.
What thing is
Oh.
that?
Ooh.
Swinging with my sword for a crit
Ooh.
because he's cursed.
Amazing.
Wow.
Let me make sure that I have everything with that curse. Okay, so. Oh, by the way, I meant to add that because one turn, 6 seconds or so has passed, one of the 10 petals on this rose has fallen off.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Makes sense.
Beauty and the Beast over this shit?
I gain +2 to damage rolls and score crits on 19 or 20, and regain HP on a kill.
Amazing. Go ahead and
So I'm rolling crit
damage.
+2, and then I'm actually adding branding smite to this.
Holy
Fantastic.
Holy fuck!
What does
So
it
as I
look
make
like?
This swing against this Luther guy. The floral hex blade starts to radiate with a golden energy. And here we go. Roll crit. I forgot how to do that. You don't crit as a spellcaster hardly ever.
Want to bet?
16, 18 with the +2. 18 plus branding smite damage, and does branding smite damage crit too?
Yeah, I think smite's crit.
If it's on the melee attack, I suppose it would.
18 plus 18, 36 damage.
Amazing. So what you see as you bring down this smite, condemning this man to death for treason against your people, you chop down into his shoulder. His arm dangles on one side, and you see him for the first time look worried. He steps just slightly backwards, and he puts one of his hands towards this heart as he's stumbling. As he reaches this outside that's like shattering, one of the pieces of glass, so to speak, comes off in his hand, and as he does so, he gets the whole heart explodes outwards. I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw again from all of you.
I'm rolling in browser.
Including
this time.
Ebenezer?
Yep, DC 9. Everybody in the room.
Oh, I'm not dead!
Fuck!
Nat 20. I got a nat 20.
You move 5 feet in reverse.
I rolled a 6!
Everybody who failed is going to get thrown 30 feet away from the heart.
Oh, that's fine.
If you hit a wall, let me know.
Away from it?
Away from it.
I wish I would have failed.
I
Can
definitely
I
hit a wall.
voluntarily fail?
I guess, if you'd like.
Vesper just landed on the leg. FYI.
Yeah, if I can voluntarily fail, I would like.
Well, I mean,
Sure.
actually, if
Maybe,
it's
like-
might end up here.
If this is a wall, then Ebenezer gets hit by it here and then a bit.
I would
Okay.
like to think that Kaelinor like started to resist the push and then saw Vesper get pushed and then like kind of like let himself slide back.
Okay.
If that happens, standing stalwart and not moving, I'd like to still squaring up with him, say something. This ends with you. And
Okay, so before you say that, I do need to resolve what's going on here because you might not get the chance depending on what happens to him. So give me one second.
man,
Get fucked.
First of all, everybody
Fuck you,
who hit a wall, if you did, you're going to take 6 points of damage.
Did I go through the door, or should I consider that a wall?
Where did you move? Let's see. No, you probably have flown through the door. And yeah, as you go flying back, it just shatters through the wood, and you would probably be dexterous enough to like roll back and land on your feet, so you're not prone, but you did get knocked back.
I probably would have hit something. I don't know exactly where I'd be. I tried to like go at an angle, but I'd probably hit something. Like
The
the stairs,
stairs?
maybe?
Oh no.
Yeah, just
Okay.
flying back is this bear and just smashing your back into the brick. The stones probably would actually crack a little bit and like some dust falls because of the sheer mass of this grizzly.
Did the rogues win? Get through it?
Well, that's a good question. I haven't looked at them. one failed. One failed. And one passed. So I'm gonna say this failed, and that guy passed. Which means they all have to take damage. What's the same damage? Which actually means that guy dies upon impact with the wall.
Oh,
Just like his ribs collapsing on himself as he hits the wall.
Shit.
Straight dead.
Brutal.
As his heart explodes outwards, you see the space and the color of the world around the heart start to suck into the heart. You see Luther start to panic. He grabs for anything that he can, but all that's around him is this heart. And as he finally touches against it, it implodes. You see from there fracturing of everything that you know as reality in every direction. You hear his scream go in each one of those directions as you watch his body curl up through what looks like a black hole, what must look like, and he dissipates into screams. But then beyond those screams, you see the space around you fracture in many directions. But as they do so, he's gone. No version of him to be seen, and the heart has disappeared. We have we have two more boys in here, but I am going to cut the music here until we're out of initiative. So anybody who would like can try to either interrogate and or kill these guys.
did the guy on the left not die from the wall, or was it a different one?
There were two who hit the wall.
Two hit the wall. Okay, so he did not die.
He did not die.
Okay.
Is reality back to normal after that heart dissipates?
No, it's not. You see, what you see in front of you, probably I would say we're gonna call it in this room anyway, going out like in this direction and one kind of cracked out this way.
Is cracked?
Appear to be like literal cracks in space itself. As you actually, I'll leave it at that, and then see how your characters react to the situation, and then I'll describe it.
Mr. DM, I meant to do this at the beginning of the session. Specifically, the word or name Chronostra and this artifact. Can I do a history check on?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Okay. Can I? Do you want me to history check both at the same time or separate?
We'll do it together, yeah.
Okay, combined. 7. Not my strong
7.
suit.
You've heard this name before, but only in vague passings as your queens talk about this sort of artifact that they have been using on their side. That's about all you got.
Gotcha.
But this cracks open in every direction, and now you guys are all left stunned at what you just saw. How do you react?
I'd like to inspect the fucking space-time or whatever the hell from a safe distance. close
Sure.
to the other people already are.
You said it's like, is it like fractals? Like, if there was a glass, like Doctor Who in the alternate realm type shit, where the world is like there's glass in front of us cracked, or is this like, I'm having trouble imagining.
I haven't seen Doctor Who, but that sounds like an apt description. It looks like the most dense glass you've ever seen in your life. Like you can somehow see to the other side of it, but there's not a chance in hell you're like breaking this glass.
There's just cracks emanating from where the heart was.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a quick twofer and cast sleep and Misty Step? Like,
yeah, that's fine.
simultaneously?
If you'd like to do on the two of them. I noticed, Morgan, you moved up to the guy on the left. Were you intending to do anything with that?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay,
Mine,
we'll say for now, You can cast sleep on both of them, and you guys can, as a group, decide what to do with them after.
28 HP. Is that enough to put both to sleep simultaneously?
It sure is.
Okay, they're both asleep. I'd like to try and Misty Step to the piano where the guy appeared. Can
Sure.
I do that through this glass thing?
There's enough of a gap between where these are that you can. Had they been connected, you would not be able to.
Oh, well,
Let
if
you
they're
know
not
that
connected
ahead.
in the center where it exploded, I'd like to just walk there.
That's perfectly
because,
fine. Don't use a spell slot.
I thought that it would. I assumed it would be connected. Are there any? I suppose I'd have to check. I'd let another character do this, but I would be poking around. I won't make an official check.
What are you looking for?
Any trace of the guy that appeared?
Oh, of the elf guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Even without a roll, doesn't even matter. There would be nothing here to be found of him. Kaelinor, you said you wanted to do an investigation or an inspection on these?
Yeah, it's probably investigation or arcana. I don't know which one.
Yeah, give me which either you want.
They're the same. It's both. Dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, with a 20, I mean, you now in character would be able to recognize that this is a literal fracture within reality itself, space stacking up on itself in such a dense way that it is impassable. And it is concerning, to be sure, because your literal world is broken right now. Is there any other information you'd be looking for about it, I suppose?
No, that about sums up.
Cool. Did he share that information, or what do you say about it?
Probably not just yet, just out of mere like thinking about it, not, but I'll get it. Time. Studying it.
Did I take any
Ebenezer,
option? Oh, sorry.
You were sort of a witness to this, mostly more than anything, being, rather concerned with having your part in killing a man and the violence that incurred here. But this is far beyond what you've ever seen before. What are you thinking and feeling right now?
As the group has kind of moved forward to do the investigating and whatnot, Ebenezer's going to Misty Step up to this location here and start making his way to the exit.
Okay.
Where we came from, to get outside as soon as possible.
Sure. And Ebenezer just gets the hell out of the. Are you waiting outside, or are you just going out for some air? What's the deal?
He needs to go home, but he's mostly partially curious about what may have happened outside of the room, if anything at all. But primarily, he's running away by all intents and purposes here.
Gotcha. Yeah, as you exit, you see in the distance, but impossible to see even on the furthest horizon, impossible not to see on even the furthest horizons, are massive cracks in the world itself. You don't see, they're not radiating from the same spot all the way out here, but you see what appear to be like just sections of reality are cornered off by this glass. The road towards Ashmere appears to be mostly scot-free, but you can tell on the distance something has happened to Ashmere.
Ebenezer will, as fast as he can, in a manner of how an old man would run, uh, make his way that way.
Okay, so it is about a day's travel. I'll let you know now. But if you'd like to just start running, you can just start running.
Yeah, I imagine he'd probably hop onto a horse or a cart or something of the manner if he comes across one, but if he doesn't, he's just going to book it.
Okay, we'll catch up with you in a second. Everybody else though in the room, the high is coming down from this rather intense event that was just seen to some degree. I imagine some of you are experiencing forms of anxiety and or stupor in general. But the adrenaline from the fight is dissipating. So as this all comes back down, what are you all doing here? Vesper.
Vesper, once he got blown back and everything kind of stopped being loud and scary, has been staring at this sort of table leg thing. And after a few moments, while everybody kind of started picking up their own thing, he's just kind of focused in on it and stuck and kind of like flashbacking really bad, terrible things. He can't look at it anymore and starts to druid craft slowly over a few turns, because I would imagine of how large it is. Just wrapping it in vines and blossoming to entirely cover the scene. And if I have enough time while that is done, I'm then gonna light it on fire. Still druid crafting, attempting to sort of burn and cleanse this area, mumbling to myself. I don't know how fairy gods and like I don't know if they're reborn, but if there's a soul, whatever soul, oh God, Misha, please help this soul. Mortos, accept them into. Ah, fuck. And then he just starts lighting it on fire. Can't look, can't smell. And I will move around from every horrible, horrific scene and try to do that.
Incredible.
You're burning every single limb.
I will be, yes.
I'm gonna go. Leave one.
No.
I need it.
I can't hear anything. There's a loud ringing in my ear.
I'm gonna.
Morgan, you can grab one and hide it on your
I'm gonna
person if you'd
grab
like,
one and
or
hide it.
something. Okay.
I need to take it back to the queen, basically.
You being 40 feet away from me can do whatever. I am focusing on this one, and then wherever you said there was intestines. Yeah.
Is it bad to say that I want her head? If it was still around.
Notably, you don't see her head anywhere.
Okay, cool. I'll just take an arm or some shit.
Okay. You can grab like her upper hand, and
Yeah.
it is massive.
Or some
put it on your
shit,
person.
just something.
While I was hiding that, I dragged a sleepy guy over to the other sleepy guy.
Word. Kaylor?
I can't move him, so.
I would like to see if I can check, like, this ground spot of the ritual for any language I can understand, since I understood the chant. I'm wondering if there's any script that I would understand.
Sure. Give me an extra investigation if you would.
Investigation.
Can I investigate these rogues' pockets?
You fucking
do that
PM
as
piece
well.
of shit.
What was it? You said 22?
22.
With a 22, you recognize the markings that in Primordial read out Chronostra just all around this sort of like pentagram. There aren't any like written chants that you would see. Although speaking Primordial, you understood every word that they said and could repeat it if you'd like. Which would have just been Hasa Anaka Chronostra.
You'll remember.
Yeah, it's not important, but if
Wait.
you ever need it again, I've got it.
I speak that.
Can I take my sword and throw it through this portion of the fracture?
Yeah, go ahead and give me like a roll to hit with your sword.
Seriously?
Yeah, just Just because.
Okay.
Cool. You throw your sword as hard as you can at this thing. And this version of the growth of the sword that you have created splinters against this thing. It makes not even a scratch.
Can I make another one?
You
But
sure
this
can.
time, as I'm walking up to it, just take the tip of my sword and try to pierce it directly into the fracture. Does it stop, or does it go in?
Oh, wait. At the
Mhm.
same time, there's a dead guy next to me. Can I try to be putting his hand through my version of the fracture?
You guys are fucked
Just
up.
because
Yeah.
I don't understand, like in character, don't understand how it
Yeah,
works,
by all
and I
means.
don't want to put my own hand in.
And I'll describe to both of you at either juncture. It's essentially just like running into a brick wall. Like there's just no sort of penetration at all.
Noted. I'd like to, assuming I'm right next to the wall, just cast Misty Step and see if I can make it to the other side.
In this case, because the space is not enclosed by it, yes, you can.
Do I know that's how that worked?
No, not necessarily.
Cool.
Maeve, are you still a bear?
Yeah, I would have been. I'll turn out of a bear.
Okay.
Human
What are
now.
you thinking and feeling in this moment?
Pretty shocked, pretty scared. I think if I were to do anything, I'd probably just like, bless you, probably go like over where that guy rotted, kind of, see if there's anything left and kind of compare it to like what's under my bandages and just be stressed.
Sure. And you would know clearly as the person who did this that the rot looks very similar.
Yeah.
Did you give me an investigation, Morgan, for looting
No.
this guy's body?
I did not.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now I have to come up with something
What?
extra cool.
What the?
Uh,
By the way, guys, stream and me can't see these, so you should say them. What the fuck?
Double nat 20.
Wow.
Why I reacted the way I did.
Holy shit!
There's all my luck for the day.
That's what you were saving up for.
Here's what I'll give you instead.
I don't like that.
Just to the side of this man's body, you see a tiny silver ring, and there's a small gem on top of it, but within the gem, when you look very closely, you can see the stars.
I'm gonna pocket that. I'm gonna think about it for a minute, for a little bit.
Okay. So you all have been pretty much standing in this room in silence for a while. Does anybody say anything to one another?
Oh, I'll grab my staff.
Okay. And then you say anything to one another.
No, but
Can I let
I'm
out a
not-
deep sigh and performance check for the piano? Just playing a piano tune that I might know.
What tune?
Sure.
I don't know what tune.
Yeah, give me performance.
Please be good. Damn it! The only character I ever have good performance, and it sucked.
You start
That's
playing
fun.
chopsticks.
Yeah.
Okay, but
roll to play chopsticks.
he did.
He did.
It went poorly.
I'm gonna, after he's finishing playing chopsticks, because I'm just gonna ignore everything that's happening, and I'm gonna go. Oh, we need to go back. We need to report all this.
What about
Has anybody
these
seen
two?
Ebenezer?
Did we see him leave?
Did
Uh,
he leave?
I think
None
I'm
of
saying-
you,
I'm-
Vesper would
maybe
have been the
Vesper
only
might have seen him
maybe.
leave.
No.
Because of
Were
his
you
location,
caught
but
up?
he would have been in
Okay.
his. So no, nobody saw him leave.
If he's abandoned, we don't care. We need to finish this.
Well, are we going to ask these two gentlemen questions? They could have information that could be very beneficial to us.
Can I willingly drop sleep on one? Or I guess you just wake somebody up, right?
I'd like to punch one of them.
Okay. You punch this man on the right.
From 10 feet away.
He yeah. Okay.
He dies.
Well, shit. I didn't do it.
Persuasion?
He's innocent, guys.
What didn't you do?
I didn't think this excuse too that far from being honest. I mean, I clearly did it. You all just saw me fighting this. That's all I got.
I'd like you guys to imagine Kinfeth just being the shittiest lawyer in posture and like how he's holding himself. So you say you did it because we saw you. What might that be? Magic?
Yeah, I mean, you saw the big heart thing. Holy fuck! And he looks around the room and sees the destruction that has been wrought here. You guys break it?
Can I put a
Did he break it?
Can I put a
Fuck.
hand on his shoulder
Yeah.
as we're talking to him, and just kind of at a room level, or maybe a little lower, just say, "Look, we don't know what's going on, but there's a chance you make it out of this if you help."
I mean, how big of a chance are we talking about here? Because quite honestly, if I leave this room and I'm, they find out that I told you anything, or the rest of the cultists, I should say, they'll probably just kill me anyway. So,
Can I roll
How-
persuasion?
yeah, go for it.
Yes, he says.
Yeah. Do you say anything as you try to persuade him further?
That was the persuasion.
Okay. In that case, he says, "Look, I'll tell you what I can, but am I actually getting to go, like, leave on my own accord, or am I just going to get shot in the back with an arrow once I leave? Because that spooky fuck will absolutely
one's-
kill me." And he points at Morgan.
No one's gonna shoot you in the back with an arrow. You have my word.
Not my word.
I'm gonna look. Let's go
Okay,
look at-
now the way that you phrased that, yeah, you said it's in the back with an arrow, and that was sort of a turn of phrase for me. But are you going to?
I
kill
will
me?
tell you what. No one in this group will shoot you. Deal?
Again, I don't. Yeah, so I don't really like the way that you specified "shoot me" instead of like "kill me," because that's. Oh right. Give me intimidation, Morgan.
21.
Oh my god.
He goes, "Fucking yeah." Well, you want to know?
What was that artifact?
And who are they?
Well,
And what kind of
they-
magic was it?
Okay, so
And where's the restroom?
the piece of a god, the Chronastra cult, time travel, and 3 doors down on the left side.
The Chronastra cult? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the cult of Chronastra or the Chronastra cult, whichever they prefer on the days. It depends on week to week. They have like a meeting with the chairs and the board or whatever, and they make pedantic decisions about what they're going to call it. Last week the decision was only to move the hangers in the front closet to the back closet. They did a vote on that, and that was the whole thing.
I'm gonna
They're kind
stare
of-
at him.
I'm gonna tighten my grip.
Okay, too much information. Maybe I'll keep it pertinent. I understand.
Where's the cult located?
Well, kind of everywhere, but
Maine, where everybody is.
you'll find that the leader of the cult is, well, he's gone now. You would have found him here in Zixiv. Far as I can tell, he's not anymore.
Am I to believe that that artifact, you said a piece of a god, is that part of Chronastra?
Oh yeah, this is hot.
And how did you come to possess the heart of a primordial being?
Oh, well, I didn't do it. I unfortunately don't have that answer.
Would your friend?
Oh, well, Jerry Laird probably not. He's rather dense and they don't tell us much anyway. You're welcome to ask him if you like.
So what was the plan exactly?
Well, we was going to send Luther there back in time so he could be cleansed of his sins through time travel shenanigans or whatnot, and then he was going to get into heaven because he didn't actually kill anyone yet. So that was pretty much the whole thing, actually.
And did you get to that point in the
Did we-
ritual?
Oh, no, you came in and you kind of stopped it by killing all my friends and whatnot. So, no.
What's the goal? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fair. If I was in your shoes, I'd probably have done the same thing.
What happened to your friend that I kicked into the heart?
Well, at the time, it was still in working condition, so I imagine he's back about 400 years ago.
And what implications does that have on us tomorrow?
You know, that's a good question because Luther had a plan to not really affect anything, right? Keep the timelines the same, right? So he'd be born and whatnot.
Yeah.
This guy was not trained in that sort of situation. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Beth will furrow his brow and he'll like. So time travel magic is not the same as conjuration magic.
Well, no,
magic is
in a way, he was
confusing.
sort of conjured there, yeah, when you think about it, wasn't he?
So it is the same. And he'll retreat from the conversation.
I'll look up at the rest of the group and ask any other questions.
How long would it have taken me to do my thing?
I imagine, as this conversation is kind of winding down, you probably would be finishing up.
Okay, now I'm throwing up in the corner.
Okay. Amazing.
You know what the bathroom is.
I did not ask that question in character, nor was it answered.
Well, okay,
was
he did
answered.
answer it.
It was
in
answered.
character.
3 doors down.
I
I
didn't
didn't-
realize it
on the
wasn't a
left.
question. Yeah, he said 3 doors down on the left.
Oh, so the bad guy is not 3 doors down on the left.
No,
Through the heart.
no, no,
Got-
no.
okay.
The bathroom is 3 doors
Sorry,
down.
understand.
Catch the bad guy, the BBEG, taking up mad shit.
That up until this point, out of character, this was my understanding.
In character, though, any other questions?
I think, well, Beth would say, do we need to kill these two?
Going once,
Wait, was under
Going
the
twice.
implication that I wasn't gonna die.
Hexblade out of my hand through his shoulder.
Okay. Is this are
Like
you
jugular.
lethally killing?
Yes.
Okay. It goes straight through his shoulder. You see him slowly cough up blood and fall to the ground.
Sheesh.
Just do
Is
a head. I just
the
do a
other
head
guy
tilt as I
still
watch him
alive?
die.
Is the other guy still alive?
The
Yeah.
other guy is unconscious as far as I'm aware until somebody kills him.
I would say, Confess
We
would
don't-
say, wait, would you guys like to see something funny?
Yes. Yes, please.
I will walk over to this guy and let go of my staff as I go, and it stays staying straight up like a pole, and I'll kind of lay this guy out, and so that he's like laying on his back, and then I'll pick up my staff, and I'll put it on his chest and push down ever so slightly so that he can't like wiggle out from under it, and then I'll let go and I'll say, "All right, wake him up."
Do we want to do that before we take him back?
This is just for fun, I promise. He will not die.
He might if we wake him up.
No,
He
he will be
might.
fine. It will be funny, I promise. I have done this at least 3 times.
Hold that on 5.
Then wake him up. Just wake him up. Just wake him up. Just hit him or something. Just bonk him on the
He comes to underneath this rod and is like, "They'll drop the waist on my chest again." Well, fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Hello. This is the funny part, I'll say to the party, and then I'll look at him and I'll say, "Get up."
Yeah, no, it's not going to do it. Unfortunately, I'm stuck here.
You see, he is stuck.
I get
I think-
closer and I just stick Bloodstone's blade right into his forehead.
Tim Coughlin, that,
Slowly.
Oh my
that, does,
god.
that is not fun.
Oh my god, this is not fair. I'm like, Kaelor is like deadpan serious watching all this and the execution of people not giving a fuck, but like, holy fuck, is that funny?
You were not supposed to
Dude.
kill him. This was just funny. He could not get up. He is weak, you see. That is what's funny, not killing him. I'm gonna grab my staff.
At
Like, I'm just,
at this time, a paler than normal, which is hard to imagine, Vesper comes over, wiping off his mouth, and like scolds you for making fun of these guys. And under his breath, is like, "They deserved a swift and merciful death." And both of them at the same time, it starts doing the same thing he's been doing to all of the other body parts.
I just wanted you to know my sword was sucking some of the blood up as I did that.
That's fucking disgusting.
Jeez.
I say
Not
out
that
loud.
quick.
mine was not intended to die.
Well, so do we? I really don't think we have time with what's transpired to go look for the old man.
I'm going to cut from the conversation real quick. Hold that exact thought. The old man, we find you
Who?
like
You
200
Dev.
feet maybe down the road.
Whoa.
About 4 turns.
That's fair. That's fair, actually.
And also you're old. But you see blipping into existence in front of you the same elf you encountered in front of the room. He pops and he kind of like leans against a barrel, a couple of stacked barrels, and then looks at you and is like, "Ebenezer, where you going, man?"
Please move. please move. And Avenues is gonna go around him.
Sure. A second later, he blips back in front of you again, and he's like sitting in the hay in the back of a wheelbarrow as you continue to run down the street. And he just says, "Listen, you're not gonna like it when the queens find you if you're not with them. I've seen it before, and it was kind of ugly."
Not what I'm concerned with right now.
All right. He blips away again. Reappears in like a saloon window that's like busted down and degraded. And he leans out to you and he goes, "One more thing before you keep running off, though, if you wouldn't mind. You're not getting into Ashmere. I
Why
hate to
do
be
you say
bearing
that?
bad news.
Why do you say this?
In the
I
end,
have to get in Ashmere.
oh, you know, you probably will. But right now, you're not going to get in there. I can't tell you too much, right? I mean, I mess things up, but I am supposed to look after you to some extent. I'd rather not watch you get decapitated by a Fey Queen again."
Again?
I mean, for the first time.
My family. Are they? You seem
They're
to know.
they're they're not gone. I'll tell you that. They're just not accessible.
Ebenezer will drop to his knees and start crying. Not like full blown crying, but like,
Free action.
you know. Yeah, bonus action.
He blips out in front of you and is like cross-legged, like sitting on the ground in front of you. He doesn't like look at your face as you're crying. He like respectfully kind of looks down away from you. He's like, "If you want to see him again, the only path is through Amethyst."
I guess I should go tell the others then.
Up to you, buddy. And he blips out of existence.
Ebenezer will kind of just sit there. And he really hates this. He really hates this right now. He despises what's happening. This is just like, this is more than he's seen and experienced in his whole life in this past couple hours. And he gets up and goes back. Walking this time. He needs to walk. He's an old man.
Because he was fucking sprinting before, like 30 miles an hour.
He was going like the speed of a small turtle before.
He was
now
trying.
He's going like
trying. Turtle.
slower than that.
Yeah, big turtle.
Slower than that.
You continue on your way back. Back in our room. Yeah, you well, I guess continue with the conversation. You were in the middle of a thought before.
I will give it until the start this building. If he is not outside when we get there, I am leaving him.
Fair enough.
I think that is fair, yes.
The bodies are burning.
I'll start walking.
All right. Is everybody following tow?
In the center of the room, I'm gonna place a single stone in the middle of the room where the pentagram thing is.
Heard.
I will wait for the bodies to be ash.
Takes a couple of minutes, but
I will wait
they do.
as well.
I would wait.
slowly but surely burn away.
I'd still head up.
Sure.
And then I follow him after placing down the barite.
At this point, I'm looking for our straggler.
Ren, as you go up first, when you go outside the front of the building, you do see a rather defeated-looking Ebenezer slowly walking back towards you.
Sorry about that.
Which part? The abandoning or not helping?
Yes. I suppose. To both.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're back.
I'm gonna follow
I've
behind Ren. Sorry, good.
been told by our friend that amethyst. Amethyst? I don't know. I wasn't
I'll look at Morgan.
I was crying and pissing. I was just...
yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Who was your friend?
What about her? To Ebenezer. What about her?
It's a do I remember Amethyst? Should I be remembering Amethyst right now?
She was one of the two queens that you talked to, yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's old. He don't remember shit.
He just told me to go, that we should go to her.
Or what?
He did not say.
I'm staring at him. I haven't wavered at all. For what?
I'm glaring at him.
I don't know what you want from me.
What was this conversation?
Who was
All
the
of it.
conversation with?
The teleporting mischievous pixie
Elf.
or elf. I wanted to say elf, but I can't help but
didn't.
envision him like a pixie with his shenanigans. The elf gentleman that we walked in and saw initially, he said some strange things.
What?
And then pointed
Were
me
they?
towards Amethyst. I don't know you, sir, and to be quite frank, I don't want to tell you that information right now. I hope you can respect that.
I'm gonna roll my eyes, look at Rand, and go, "You deal with it," and I'm gonna walk away.
I
I'll
don't
take a
mean to
step
be
cl- I'll-
difficult.
I'll
I'm
take a
just
step closer to his familiar so that he can see me closer. Do you back up or anything?
mm-mm.
Okay. You don't owe me an explanation for why you stayed. I want to know who you had a conversation with and why it's relevant to our queens. I will not take you back if I don't know who you just spoke with that took or is pointing you in the direction of the people we're sworn to protect.
Just like
I hope
I
you can
said.
respect that.
Just like I said. It was the elf gentleman that we walked into when we first entered this building here. And he was teleporting, and he knew things. And he told me to go to Amethyst, that we should go there, and that's all I got.
I cast message in Ren's head, and I go, "Know things? Question mark? Explain? Question mark?" I'm saying question mark out loud.
What's the limit on message?
There, I don't. It's
It's
just
a
a response.
cantrip.
Something?
Uh,
Okay. I didn't know if it
Paragraph.
was X word.
Sending has an amount of words to it. but-
Okay. I would just respond then. I respect his privacy, but I don't trust him yet. Keep an eye on him with me.
I don't answer, obviously, but I look at him.
I'd imagine around this time, everybody else makes their way out the front door here.
Kinfath will see Ebenezer, and he'll go, Ebenezer, I believe that was your web? That was very conjuration magic of you, my friend. Very smart, and I can see now that what I've heard of you is true. Fearsome warrior, and that you must be honing these skills within a fighting ring that you host, because it is a genius tactician move, and I am envious of the warfield, the battlefield knowledge that you have.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It truly was inspiring, Ebenezer. Thank you.
Uh-huh. And
Okay.
he will look like he doesn't want to talk about it because of what happened. So
I mean,
Yeah, no,
did
yeah,
anyone
sounds-
else see how valiant Ebenezer was, or? I didn't see it personally, but I assumed that it was him.
What I saw was coward.
Ebenezer?
Not gonna say anything.
Ebenezer, you could show this guy a thing or two from what I've seen. But
Calendar's gonna scoff.
that's your decision. Maeve, you are a terrifying bear. How did that happen? And please don't ever touch me when you are in that form.
I'll just probably be like, nod really awkwardly.
Vesper, the fly thing, was that you?
Probably. I don't know. I can't fly.
Thank you.
I don't think.
I'm gonna start pulling out the fucking lantern thing, dude.
Ooh,
I'm pulling the plug on this.
Pulling the
All right. As you pull out the lantern, is everybody prepared to go back to the Feywilds?
No, but
Fuck
we
it.
do.
Does
Okay,
everyone remember
I'm
this?
gonna need a group Arcana check once again.
Is this the high one or the low one?
High one.
Don't lock your knees.
Oh,
what kind of check? I'm sorry.
I'll table
Do I have? Do I have to roll one?
Who rolled a
That's
0?
We
22.
didn't have to roll originally.
I also rolled a 22.
I rolled a nat one.
If you do want to roll as you LV boys, it will help the overall. In
Quite
fact,
a
I'll let
bit.
you two roll with advantage because you're.
I nat 20.
I got a 0.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
advantage is
I
plus
rolled-
0.
I rolled a 16.
Got a 19.
15, 19. Great. The overall, even with 0 on Arcana, knowing 0 magic, you all teleport back up into the confluence. You don't see either of the queens immediately in the confluence, however. So in order to talk to either of them, you're going to have to go to their respective court. Which of the two would you like to visit?
Does Leaf show up?
Oh, nope. Leaf is not here either.
I'll look at Ebenezer and just slowly say, Amethyst. I think we start with Amethyst.
Ebenezer will kind of just like shrug and like he has no idea where he's at or what he's doing. So
Just in general.
Or remind me how to pass through the confluence into specific Fey regions.
Accepting going into the confluence from other Fey regions is just another group Arcana above an 11, and you can get through.
Right. It's 2 separate.
You need to make
Do it
another one?
again?
Yeah. Everybody give me one more.
Are my
Dude, I'm
boys not
fucking
there?
slaying.
Did they go back?
13.
12.
Nat 20 with a
Dude.
-1.
You're figuring it out.
Suddenly he's like, oh, I get it.
Yes,
This
magic.
is where we're going. I see now.
I go by myself 2 seconds before they do it.
Okay. You dip into a new court that I don't believe you guys have actually ever visited the first time. You teleport to a small pad just outside what looks to be the castle of the Court of Gemstones, and it is just. It looks like every wall is its own geode of crystals and gems sticking out from everywhere. Everything is ordained in rubies and emeralds and opals and just beautiful stonework. But there's just a giant door up front. You see a few guards standing around the front, and then there's outside the castle, kind of in this area that you're standing, is a big open courtyard that has little gardens and like running fountains, and it's just made to look as beautiful as like a plaza as it could be.
I'm going straight to the throne room.
Fantastic.
I'm not even
Following
gonna
Zo.
watch if anybody's following. I'm going.
The guards immediately recognize you, open up the door, and they tap you on the shoulder, just saying, "They with you, those folks."
I give a slight nod and I keep going. Don't even interact.
They take it for gospel and they let everybody on through.
Nice.
What version of the gospel?
Matthew?
No. Okay. That's a book, gosh dang it.
It's one
the
of the
part of the-
gospels.
Yeah, you doofus.
I think he means like a New Testament.
Yeah.
Like the King James version? Is that what you
Yeah,
want?
there you go.
Okay. The NIV?
Sorry, I was trying to be
The
funny.
Gen Z
I'll
Bible?
stop.
I've seen that video
Get your comedy
that
out of here.
explains them all. Just can't remember.
Anyway, yeah, you make your way through the hall, trying to keep pace with Morgan, who clearly has no time to stop and look around. But I mean, to those of you who have never been here before, this place is majestic. I mean, it's anything that's not a gemstone is gold or white marble or limestone. It just looks like pristine all the way around. But you follow as quickly as you. Yeah, do you have a question?
Notably, I would be stopping and looking at a lot of things.
Okay, so Kenpath is falling behind a little bit. Would
Is
anybody else be
this message
especially
still active?
curious?
What?
It's
Yeah.
just for one round. I mean, if you
So
want.
no. No.
I don't know.
Nope. All good.
You make your way through this castle until you get to the throne room. Once again, the guards look at you. They let you through immediately, but then they do actually stop everybody else as they get to the door. We're going to need to take your weapons, if you don't mind, before you see the queen. Things have tightened up a little bit around here since Pius is missing or whatnot, so all your bows and arrows and swords and whatnot, if you don't mind, just put them in.
Why
this,
was I
locker
targeted
to the right of the door.
specifically with my entire inventory?
This is fantasy, and everybody has those weapons.
The man that's talking is now wearing my sword in the hilt or in the sheath on his hip.
They let me through, right?
Yeah, you
Alright.
get to keep your weapons, but they'll let you there.
I want to very sarcastically start printing off one sword at a time, handing it to them. Just the
As-
same thing over and over. Like, can I go now?
As this is
The-
happening, can I have a conversation with Amethyst as they're doing
Yes, give me. We'll do one thing at a time, real quick.
this? Okay.
As you hand each of your swords, like the guard on the right of the door, recognizes you and just is like, "All right, come just give me your fucking whatever. But as that interaction goes on, you make your way in to see Amethyst. What do you say?
I don't say anything. I throw the severed hand out in front of her.
Jesus.
She looks down on it in silence for a good 5-10 seconds. That is not expected. I didn't even know that we could be killed by mortals. That's, well. You see her sort of put her hand on the side of her head, and then suddenly cascading and billowing from the top of the room, thousands of dahlia petals rain down like the fucking quick change when they do put the glitter over the lady and then she's suddenly wearing a new dress. That it like rains down, and then Queen Dahlia, 40 feet tall, is standing in the middle of the room, and she goes, "What happened?"
I'm
Well,
pushing past the guards at this point, walking into this
As you can see,
court.
she's dead.
Before I get her response, Evan, you had a question, probably about your weapons.
Yes, I was gonna see if I could pass off to the people taking them that mine was decorative because it doesn't have a blade.
Make me a persuasion check on it.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
That's. I'm trying to. 14.
Yeah, they believe you. They let you keep it.
Belt and walk in.
And everybody else is able to pass through as long as they are willing to give up their martial weapons. Yes.
I would like to say, you're welcome to take it if you can, and I will hold it out like this, and then I'll pull my hand away and leave it, and then walk into the throne room.
As you walk around it, you see them going, and they just keep struggling as the doors close behind you all. So you say, well, she's dead, and you see Dahlia. Morgan, if you get snippy with me again, I will end you, I swear to God.
Just give her a smile, and I go, okay.
One of my sisters is dead. And you come in here making a mockery of it.
A mockery. I'm angry. How do we let this mortal in? Where are you protecting us? But you're not.
This was her decision. And she's not around to explain it to us anymore. Is she, little one?
Then where's her daughter?
I imagine still in her court. Did you kill him?
I sure as hell tried my.
Okay. She looks to this group who has assembled here.
Good job.
One moment, if you would. She reaches back into like what appears to be a pocket of space behind her and pulls out a small, what looks like be a glass brain. Again, you can see stars on. She holds it for a moment and she closes her eyes as she monitors the world, tucks it back away. So not only is he not dead, but beyond that, he is multitude. Now, you mortals, we made a deal, if you will recall. to kill him, to make him see his judgment. A deal with a Fey Queen is not to be trifled with, young ones. You are to make sure he faces judgment, or I will have you all serve me for thousands of years beyond your mortal times. These fractures. These fractures are. How to explain it in a way that your feeble minds can understand? They are. Time moved from one point on the timeline and shoved within the same space as your current one. Those fractures themselves are the space that would have been that time compacted so tightly that it is impenetrable. And yet, he is in each of them. She reaches again into this pocket behind her, and she pulls out a handful of rings and just like throws them at you as they scatter along the ground. Morgan, you would recognize that these look very similar to the ring that you just picked up in the post the battle. If you want to get through them, wear these. Kill them all. Or serve me till you can't anymore. If even one of them gets into heaven, I will end all of you and all of your children. All of your families for generations to come in a way that no one who loves them or loves you will be able to recognize them after the ruin that is wrought. Are we understood?
I would like to mage hand pick up one of those rings that was towards myself, and as I do so, say, bold of a being as powerful as yourself, to cast blame on a problem out of control under your watch onto us, sicked on the problem too late. Grab the ring as it's breath. I'll seek your
bold
man.
indeed, isn't it? But I don't really care. You're a group of mortal beings who have no bearing on me, and my family is dead. If you die trying, that's perfectly fine with me. You can be replaced. All the while, I'd like to point out, Amethyst, having watched Dahlia lose her shit, is sitting rather calmly. In comparison to the first time you met them, she was rather sharp and abrasive, and Dahlia was a lot more smooth. She's sitting back calmly, watching this play out, and has not said anything.
Do I clock this?
You would, for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna do another inquisitive look at her, see if I can catch her eye.
Yeah. Are you trying to clock anything specifically in her face?
Any kind of emotion. If I catch her eye, obviously the inquisitive look of the fuck. I don't know.
You see from her right eye just a couple of tears rolling down her face, but her face and her posture is entirely stoic. She sees you looking at her, holds your gaze for just long enough to make you aware that she saw you, and then continues to look back at her.
I'm gonna go. Do you have anything to say for this, my queen? Or are you just gonna let us be berated? Or are you not your own person?
Dahlia, why don't you check on your niece? That she could likely use some consoling and deserves to hear the news, yes? To which Dahlia, like, screams inwardly and then disappears in a rain of petals once again. Well, I do apologize for her rash display of behavior. She isn't bluffing, though. She will absolutely hold you to every one of those things, and there's not much I can do to stop her, unfortunately. Though perhaps I can provide you with a bit more of a level-headed instruction moving forward, if that would be appreciated. Kanonor, yes?
Yes.
I do apologize for her. You know, usually like that, I promise you. Though we must heed her warnings. So if what she says is true, and he truly is in each of these fractures, I can provide you my lantern. I imagine she'll want hers back, and you can use it to travel between the Fey realm and her realm, and the mortal realm, as you need, as you see fit. And if I am to understand how this all works, you will need to pass in to these fractures, kill the man again, or for the first time, and find a way to close them. If not, I fear your world as you know it, despite her warnings, may be altered forever. I imagine Queen Darla will help supply you as needed, but of course, outside of perhaps the court of Flora, I may need to talk to her about it. You all are welcome to enter the Feywilds when you like. It's just, you may want to avoid the hot-headed one until she cools down, if that is, probably advisable. I imagine you all have questions. Yeah. Rather traumatizing, I imagine, for a mortal mind, yeah?
Looking straight at Eb.
Usually
I didn't actually pick up what you said.
I said I'm looking straight at Ebony.
Oh, gotcha.
Kinfath will go, usually I would have a multitude of questions as this is highly perplexing, but to give her credit, my feeble brain did understand that, and Kinfath will pick up one of the rings and say, whenever we need to go, we shall go.
You're not to be exiled by any sort of rush. Time is a fickle thing, but being that it's on the same plane of space as your time, I don't think it's going anywhere. Do take your time. Just complete it, or she'll enslave you or whatnot. So that's probably not good.
Fractures are there?
Well, she reaches into a pocket behind her, but she does not find anything in it. Would it be as she's borrowing the artifact, so to speak? I can't say for sure, but I imagine when you return to your world, you'll see them. Hard to miss, I suppose.
Could I possibly cast Identify on? Or I can wait if that's time.
On the ring, you said?
Yeah, the one of the
Yeah.
ones you threw out.
By all means. Let me read something real quick. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop.
I'm gonna pick up a ring.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick
Um,
up the severed hand.
So what you are able to recognize from this is tiny within the gems themselves are tiny bits of Chronostra's magic densely packed into this little bit. And you understand that wearing one of these will allow you to pass through the fracture.
Set that on my finger immediately atop
Atop your what now?
my chromatic orb casting ring.
Gotcha.
Ebenezer will pick up the ring and place it on his finger.
Does Morgan have Amethyst lantern yet?
Hasn't been handed to him, no.
Okay.
Speaking of, though, Amethyst would bend way down and reach a hand out to you, Ren, and say, I should probably return that one to her there, if you don't mind.
I was considering turning myself. You think that's not wise?
I mean, I'm not at liberty to stop you, per se, young man, but, well, I can't say exactly what state you'll be in when you return if you try. I've never seen her this way, and, well, I doubt you have either.
Indeed.
Better to let me do it, I suppose. She reaches down and
over.
plucks it with the two little fingers, and she hands hers down. Now, this can get you to any specific location down there, but you need to return to that location to come back here. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Very well. Again, I do apologize. It's not entirely normal. I should go check on her. I'm going to go do that. Best of luck to all of you, and I don't know what else to say.
Before
yeah.
she goes, I'm gonna hand her the hand and go for the niece to do burial rites.
She grabs it. You see it kind of enwrap in a crystalline structure until it's sitting in the middle of a blue emerald. She grabs it and says, it will be appreciated, I'm sure, at some point. Thank you. Yeah.
As it's crystallizing, butterfly lands on it, and Vesper says, "My condolences. A life gained is, or a life lost is a life gained."
She ponders that for a second. Not having the same sort of perspective on mortality as you do, but she ponders it and she says, very wise. You see her be encased in a large purple sort of pillar of amethyst itself, and when it shatters away, she's no longer there. You're all left in her throne room, alone and rather taken aback, I imagine. What do you say to one another?
Damn it, Morgan, you could have used a little more tact.
They sent us on a wild goose chase and know nothing when they can see everything. Are you going to tell me that I blew up because of that?
Yes.
I don't entirely
Shut up!
disagree.
You're not a part of this.
Morgan.
I think we're now
I
directly.
don't entirely
part of the-
disagree, but agitating the queens is not the way to fix this, and you know that.
Just gonna give him a look and then teleport to wherever I can. If I can just go anywhere in the gem court place, or just
Within the court, you need to just walk around. Court to court, you can teleport. But if you want to like walk towards your home, you're welcome to do that.
okay, I'm gonna do that. And then no answer, just
Is
Are
there
you
a
walking
place?
away with the lantern? Question.
Do I need to hold on to that?
I was never good at it. And just shove it in his hands and walk away.
I don't mean to interrupt, but is there a place we could rest?
Do I know this court well enough to advise on that, or do I need to ask?
You
Or,
would
like, do we need to talk to-
know the basics. Really, Morgan would be the expert, but there certainly would be spare rooms available to all of you with the right credentials.
Morgan, one last thing.
I heard
Good.
as I'm walking out, I want to tell the guys still trying to pull down the fucking staff.
That's right. That's right.
I love it.
Give them rooms. I'll be back in a few.
Fantastic.
Walking back past the guards, I'd like to conjure another sword, hand it to him, and say one for the road.
You're a rat bastard, you know that, Ren? Fair enough. Yeah. He puts it in, gives you back all of them, but he starts handing them to you one by one.
And I'm
Huh.
disappearing them as he hands them to me.
Son of a bitch. Then you all get your weapons back returned to you. Excepting Kenfath because they can't.
Yes, I would like to walk up to my staff and presuming that they're still working at it. I'm just gonna go back up, fellas, and I'm gonna put my finger out and just pick it up, and then do a cool flip, and kind of pull it. It's like, see, it's really not that hard, but and then
They
I'll start
are-
walking too.
They see you do this and they're like, what kind of magic is that?
Definitely not conjuration, friend. And then I'll start walking away.
Incredible. You see one of these guards does lead you down a hall that has it's a whole wing of this castle, essentially empty for guests when needed. Many rooms right next to each other, 4 on the left side and 3 on the right. Actually, I suppose there would only be 3 and 3 because Morgan does not need a room here. But they say, these are your spare rooms. Hands each of you a key. When you're done, just you know what? Keep them. I don't know if we'll even see you back here again. Anyway, bye. And he just walks down the hall.
Bye.
Kinfeth will begin to try every door except for his, if possible.
Okay.
Like, not on accident. Like, surely this is my door, and it's not his door. I would just like to do that for as long as possible until someone says otherwise or stops me.
You go down many doors. I don't imagine anybody would say anything. Well, the players you can. None of the guards
Well-
would say anything.
Wrong
Dude,
door.
Is there
so
any
like,
way
are there?
to discern which key goes
Yeah.
to which door? Obviously,
there?
that I would
So,
know.
he would have tried to line you up to a door, be like, "Here's your room. Go in here." And like,
I I would have
Correct you.
immediately intervened and just pushed Kinvath in the correct direction.
I said, yes, of course. The one that I was already in front of. Genius. Then I will open my door.
Amazing. In each of these rooms, they are pretty identical. Just a giant, like, double king size bed with ornate silk, coverings, and plenty of like storage spaces, like coat racks and armor stands and weapon stands, and a big mirror on top of a dresser on one side of the room. And again, ordained in jewels everywhere. Does anyone have any specific things they want to take care of as they find themselves finally with some time alone in these rooms?
I'm willing to take a back seat if somebody wants to go ahead.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not raising my hand. I'm doing that in person, but nobody can see that. So that sounds dumb.
You should just go because you're talking.
Sure. I'd like to go talk to Ebenezer.
Okay, yeah. You find him across the hall. You probably have to knock on the door, or would Ebenezer have left his door open?
The door would have been locked.
I'm knocking, I guess.
Ebenezer will sigh. A pathetic sigh, like he just wants to go to bed. And opens the door. What can I do you for?
May I come in?
I suppose.
I'll shut the door behind me. Ebony. I understand that whatever you're after is your business and yours alone, but understand that I have been tasked with a job for longer than you've been alive. I understand discretion more than most. I'll help you where I can. Don't abuse that. I'll leave.
As you're walking out, Ebenezer will interrupt. I just needed to know if my family was okay.
Having stopped at the door,
That is why I left as quickly as I could. That was the primary reason. I mean, that area was very gross and horrifying, to be clear. I
I'm not
was
sure
told.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
I was told by the elf that I couldn't reach Ashmere City. And I took his word for it. And he told me Amethyst was the direction to go, and he said that if I ever wanted to see them again, to take that route. So I returned to you guys, team.
When he said that, did it frame as a piece of guidance or a threat?
I don't know, but I believed him. I didn't have any reason to doubt, considering what just happened. I'm a bit out of my realm, and he was doing things I've never seen before. He seemed to know what he was talking about.
Well, thank you for your confidence. If you'd like, I'll keep that to myself. could be helpful
Oh.
information for the group, but I'll let you decide.
We can talk about the elf. And with regards to family, I hope that we all have someone out there that we should be concerned about.
Tomorrow, then.
Tomorrow.
And we'll make sure your family's okay.
You'll like kind of like shiver, like when you're cold, all of a sudden you get like a chill.
You're shivering, or are you telling me I'm shivering?
Ebenezer.
Okay.
Ebenezer shivers. Gets a chill, and he just says, "Thank you."
Rest up, and I'll shut the door.
If I may end Ebenezer's night here, going from that, he will let Lizard do its thing, giving up his sight and his hearing, and Lizard in this moment would curl up and comfort Ebenezer, and as a dog would someone who is obviously sad. And he'll fall asleep there.
Adorable. And depressing.
Yes.
Vesper.
Would I catch Kaelinor before he rooms or no?
I was going to check in with, or try to, so.
Okay, I'll go into my room and then turn around like.
You're in your room.
Yeah, but the door's open and I'm going.
I would approach.
Okay, bet. And I close the door. What the fuck?
I don't know. Whatever we've stumbled into, quite something to say the least.
These guys are assholes.
I agree in this. There's a certain degree of cold that I find to be pragmatic, but I understand what you're saying.
I see. What do we do?
For now, I think we stay the course, see what happens.
You think they're like worth it?
I'm not sure yet.
Me either.
Not sure what else.
It feels hard.
Bunch of what? I didn't catch the last word that you said. You called them a bunch of what?
What's that?
What'd you say?
Called them a bunch of what?
I'm not sure what else to do.
Oh, gotcha.
It feels hard to judge who is trustworthy or worthy at all in a situation that is as cloudy as this.
Everything shows its true nature in time. Only just.
If time is even real anymore.
It's a question I'm not quite prepared to.
Would you like some berries? And Vesper casts Goodberry and holds up 10 berries. I could give everybody one, and it would technically be helping them, but in an indirect way. You know, it's their choice. Or you can have 10.
I don't know that I need 10 to myself. Take 2.
Okay. 3. And I'll keep the rest for a second.
Cool.
How long do those last?
24 hours. So until next bedtime-ish. Assuming we go to bed at I don't know.
How much do they heal?
1.
1 each?
Mm-hmm. Also, are you still injured to my appearance of you?
Very mildly.
if I may, I'm going to reach out my hand and look toward your arm.
I mean, I would like. Are you like waiting for me to produce it?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I would.
I'll lightly, like, I won't take all of your weight, but I will, like, very lightly cradle your hand and hover your forearm, and what I'm seeing there and inspecting it, it's not getting any better.
Probably not.
I touch it and I will use my thing that is called healing hands. I heal you for 3 hit points.
Sick.
My eyes like flash and glow, and then out of your forearm, like fireflies, float up like a foot before they fade away. We'll keep an eye on it. It'll be okay.
Your magics perplex me.
I perplex me.
Fair, I suppose.
Good night.
Good night.
And I walk out of the room.
The room that's yours?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going. If there's still people in the hall, I'll walk past them as though I was doing something else, and not totally just about to stand outside in awkward contact. But if nobody's there, I want to do something. So I'll wait, I guess.
Is everybody?
What?
You're in your room, you said?
Maybe I'm like in transition. I just spot him and I'm like, whatever, and I keep going.
Okay.
What did you want to do?
I want to put on everybody's doorknob. It's like a little leaf. It's got a good berry in it. One on everybody's doorknob. And I'm going to keep walking to go back to the room we came from, retracing my steps, and pick up a ring.
Okay. Cool.
And then come back.
Definitely good to have this. Maeve, do you do anything as you find some time alone in your room?
Not in particular, other than like gonna meditate and stuff.
Is anything in particular going through Maeve's mind right now? Like, what are you thinking?
Very uneasy, I guess. Not like, I don't know. Not trusting of this situation, I guess.
Valid. Morgan, we find you on your way to your house. Or are you going to the barracks instead? That's your choice, I suppose.
I'm gonna go home.
Cool. Let me. I have 34 pages of notes. One moment.
Holy shit.
Jesus. Middle mouse button up.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, you get back to your house. It's time is very different here in the Feywilds, but it's around the time when your parents would be eating their 5th meal of the day, which is, I guess, like second supper. And so you walk in to the front of the house. It's always unlocked and waiting for you, and you see both of your parents sort of working in the kitchen. And this is like a good distance away from the castle. They're not like incredibly wealthy, but they're just like, normal upper middle class folks. So they're just like, cooking together, and they're having a good time talking about some rumors that they've heard through the grapevine recently, and they see you come in. And your mother turns around and she says, "Hey, Dad, I thought you were off on an adventure. What are you doing here?"
I'm gonna start taking my cloak off, and as I do that, I'm gonna go. Mom, give me a second, please. I'm gonna go to my room and I'm gonna sit down for a second.
As you do so, could you give me a perception check?
13.
Okay. Through the walls of the kitchen, you hear your parents like talking in a hushed tone, but not hushed enough. You hear them say, "This keeps happening all the time. Why do we do something about it?" Opal, he's fine. He's a grown man. Look at that. You understand. But you hear them talking to each other, about you clearly. As you get into your room and you have this chance to unwind, what's going through your head?
Just I'm going through the events of the whole first mission of what I had with my boys. Finding the letter. Running into that damn squirrel, which was just not happy about it. After that, coming back to the courts just to basically be put on a mission that ended up being, in my brain, pointless. Takes the extra silver ring out of my pocket and places it with the other things that I have collected. Kind of sits there for a second, contemplating on just basically everything. Goes over to my windowsill, which has a giant planter in it, and I start weeding the flowers that are in it, or the weeds that are in the planter around the flowers. Once that is done, I'm going to go back downstairs and sit down at the table.
Gotcha. What's going on with my notes? Sorry. Okay, yeah, as you come back downstairs, let me ask you this. What is Morgan's favorite meal?
There is a special type of it's like a shepherd's pie, but instead it's made with duck and vegetables. And he likes his tea. That is not
That is exactly what you find waiting for you on the table.
cool.
Your father is sort of a larger, broader man with he's kind of scruffy and he's got these tiny little reading glasses that hang too far on his nose, and he comes and he sits down and he's got like what it would be the equivalent of a newspaper, just like reading all the tabloids of what's going on with the Fae recently, and he's just like, so everything it's
Just say it.
Opal, you get you see your mom saying, said, "Sweetie, we just want to know if everything's okay."
I don't think they know what I do. I don't remember. I don't think I.
No, yeah, they're not aware of your job.
I'm just gonna go. They know I have a job, but they don't know what I do. So I'm just going. The work's just been rough, Mom. I mean, it's just getting to me. I don't know if I should just leave or just do something else. It's getting to the point where I don't know what's right and what's correct. But you know what? I think I should stick through it a little bit longer. Just understand what might be going on at the moment, and then make a decision about that point. It's nothing too crazy.
If you say so, I'm worried about you, all, and your father has a harder time admitting it, but he is too. You see him just like look down over his reading glasses a little bit and then go back to his paper. By the way, Emerald dropped by early today. She just was wondering if you were around, said hi, and I told her I'd tell her that she said hi, and I tell you. Do you want me to say hi back, or are you guys, you know, not my business. Not my business. If you don't want me to, I won't say anything to it. But just passing along the message.
At the moment, no.
Alright, yeah.
Hi, I guess. But nothing happening.
Okay, well, I'll tell her you said hi, and maybe
Just
she'll
Be friendly.
say something else.
You know,
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm gonna. Can I eye what's on the tabloid at the moment as he's looking at it?
Sure, yeah. Let me see what things I could give you. You would see that the front page of the tabloid is that Roto and Feo, the twin princesses of the Seafoam Court, are or I'm sorry, one is a prince, one is a princess. They are both seeking suitors. And they are doing so in a sort of what is it called? The Bachelor style, really dramatizing it. So it's just like the headlines are all about that.
I'm gonna look at my dad and I go, "Have you ever been put in a situation where you know you should do one thing, but at the other thing you shouldn't do, but you want to?" I know that's cryptic, but
I have. I gotta be honest, buddy. I got not a goddamn clue what you said. I think I get the gist though. Look, it's at the end of the day, you can't let the world decide who you are. You know. I think something's right. You gotta stick to your guns. I wish I had better advice for you, buddy.
no, that was enough. I'm gonna barely have eaten my duck shepherd pie, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out to the garden.
Sounds good. I'm gonna cut from here if that's all right. Is there any actually? Let me say, is there anything specific that you'd like to get done in this night before you sleep? Because if not, I'm gonna wake to the morning.
If I could, real quick,
Mhm.
quick little like 45-second blurb. Ren would have gone back to his room, kind of like worked himself up for 15, 20 seconds or something, and then tried to or enter a trance. And as he does, he sees a forest, a body of water, walks up to the body of water, sees a vision, turns around to see a dahlia, and then wakes up again, or breaks the trance, unable to get past that same vision he's seen thousands of times. He would then crawl into bed and actually cast sleep on himself in order to sleep like a human.
Dope. Did you have anything specific though before we move on?
Morgan's gonna go out and grab another rock from his garden, pull the random weed that he sees while walking through, and then sees the tomato plant, grabs a tomato, and just kind of chews on it while he's deep in thought for deciding what to do with either going back to bed or going to the barracks.
Right. Chomping on that raw tomato.
Acidic.
Well, fantastic. Can you go ahead and skip to the morning then? Yes.
I would like to have, after my conversation with Vesper, gone back to my room and tried to pull What is the name that we've heard several times in association with the bad guys? It's
Astra.
a K name.
Chronostra.
Carnasha. I would like to try to, from my cloak, get a book about that guy's in his.
So
Sure.
C, isn't it?
This is CH.
It's gonna matter when you're looking for the book.
How does it spelled, first of all?
CHRONOASTRA.
Okay.
Rose got the library and spell check.
Yeah.
Do I need to make a history check for this?
Did you?
Yes, and it's going to be a DC 20.
Oof. 7.
That'll do it.
Nothing specific on this guy written in text anyway.
Sad.
Okay. Anything else from anybody? All right.
Can I be meditating in the morning in the sun?
Sure.
That's all.
I guess I'll have you decide here, Morgan. Do you return to find these folks?
I go to the barracks first. As much as I want to, I don't. Same
Do
time.
we long rest, Foster? To be
Yes. Go ahead and
clear?
take the long rest.
Okay.
All right. Let's do a barrack scene then. What are you going and looking for?
I put. Well, obviously, the boys are there.
Mm-hmm.
I give them somewhat of a rundown because obvious reasons.
Pansy, after hearing it, goes, so this is what you're like being punished for doing what they told you to do?
Right?
It seems like bullshit. This is fucking ridiculous. This is... the queens are on the power trip again.
I was going to say, what do you expect from a Dahlia?
Well, I mean, usually Amethyst is sort of the one who's all mean and whatnot, but I might be more scared of Dahlia. Come to think of it, it's always the quiet ones.
I don't understand.
Well, you know that we have your back whenever you're in the Feywilds.
I want to give a little mission outside of normal missions, if that's okay.
As you say, Commander. What is it?
I'm gonna look directly at I'm gonna look at Zircon while gesturing at everybody. Dabs on Amethyst. Something doesn't seem right.
Nods quietly, but very much like, I got you.
And I'm gonna look at Ballas and go, sorry about the jump into the whole thing.
Yeah. Just, don't shove me. I'm athletic, but just...
You have the wings,
Yeah, I know, and I they're great when I'm like upright.
Hey, I didn't know.
Whatever, we're always forgiven. We're cool.
All right, and then I'm gonna just to the front of the courtyard or whatever we did last time.
Cool. Yeah, morning comes. You all at assorted times wake up and would likely venture out into the hallway, given no other instruction to
Discover one good berry.
you
Wrapped
all see
in a
one
leaf.
good berry. Yep.
It was sure nice of Leaf to leave us this good berry.
Kinfath will immediately eat the berry as soon as he finds it.
And you will be full, can't eat a thing for the rest of the day.
I don't know where these berries came from, but they make me not hungry anymore. More people should eat these.
Ebenezer, he will look more gathered in the morning, and more sense of purposed. In the morning, you guys just it's noticeable. He doesn't
As
call it out.
everybody
But
gathers, a leaf actually does stroll up to the area. Hey, so kind of got the rundown from Amethyst, and she just told me that I should be your sort of your go-to if you have any questions. And I don't know what else that really means, but I'm here, so do you have any other questions before everything goes? I have another mission I have to check up on, so.
How would we contact you if we need you?
Well, you just, well, you come back here, I guess. If you come back here, here's what I'll do. And you see him, he conjures a small moth and he puts it on an extra door at the end of the hallway on the doorknob, right where the good berries would have previously been. He says, "Go in there. I'll know it."
Kinfeth will whisper under his breath, "Conjuration magic."
Very good, Confeth. You're getting it. It's, yeah. Okay. Well, I have to go calm down Darla. She's a little I think she's on cocaine. Okay, and then she he like walks down the hallway and goes away.
Peace.
Now you're all
Well,
left with a mission ahead of you. What do you all do?
I suppose.
Oh,
I suppose.
I
I
also
suppose-
suppose.
Does anyone else suppose?
Me.
Yes. I think we're on the right track here, everyone.
I suppose. I want to go to bed.
It's behind you.
Sorry, IRL.
Well,
I suppose we make our way off to the first tear in time. Then back to the
Future, say it.
no.
the mortal plane.
We will never be able to actually get this made into a show if we say it. Don't do it.
Was
Crap.
the building we went to a chapel? Because it seems pretty churchy
Yeah,
below.
it probably would have been previously a chapel when it was in use. It's
Do
sort of
Yeah, what was your
dilapidated
city?
and corrupted.
What's
Your
that?
city, Ebenezer? What was that city called?
Ashmere?
Ashmere. Is that the tear we want to start with?
I would not be attest to the idea.
That is okay with me.
You can talk to everybody about what we talked about last night along the way.
Sure. I suppose. And Ebenezer, if we all start heading that way collectively, that's what it comes to. Ebenezer will kind of just relay the info. That he told. I almost said Azrael.
Are we
man.
portaling to Ashmere from the
Sure,
confluence?
that works for me.
I don't know. Do the tears that were underneath the ground, are they the same tears that are reaching up across?
So the way it looks physically when you are within the mortal realm, accepting that specific spot from the heart, it looks like just giant walls going infinitely into space from the ground. That just sort of encapsulate certain areas of wind.
So I suppose this would be metagaming a little bit here, but I told everybody that I've been told that I would not be able to reach Ashmere City. If we were to teleport there,
Yeah, so you're not gonna
though?
be able to teleport inside, but you can teleport right outside the fracture if you'd like.
Okay, that's what I kind of wanted to wrap my head around. Us as a group acknowledging that we weren't going to Ashmere, but to just outside Ashmere, I suppose.
That's fine with me.
Does anyone want to talk to Darla before we do
Definitely not.
anything?
No.
She is scary.
Fair enough.
Everybody make me a group arcana check. We're going to do negative DC 13.
Oh,
Ha! I failed that one.
Success. Don't worry, guys. I got our backs.
We got our backs too.
We're doing it, guys. We're doing it.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Nice.
Everybody is teleported down, and as you enter the mortal plane, you see that there is a small sigil of an amethyst where you land, and you know that's the place you're going to need to return to if you want to go back to the Feywilds.
drop a pin.
You are, as far as the map goes, just to the western gate of Ashmere City. But as you look up, there's just these giant walls of what otherwise would be impenetrable space-time. But with everybody equipped with a ring, you know that adventure awaits on the other side. And that is where we'll end for tonight.
Yeah.
Woo!
Good stuff, everybody. That combat was fun.
Great stuff.
It
That
was.
was super cool.
Oh, do we level up,
Beyond-
DM?
No.
Twice?
Dang it.
That seems unfair. We technically
Yeah, that seems
witnessed a bad
unfair.
guy dies.
Yeah.
Seems
I did more damage as a level 3 warlock in one attack than I did as a level 15 mage. I just want to like make that very, very blunt statement.
Yeah.
Sounds like Azrael sucks.
Big
Got
suck.
him.
Yeah.
Got him.
You said his arm was like hanging or something, or like his shoulder was cut and his arm was hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Is that gonna be a thing?
It's an interesting question, isn't it?
I thought it was. That's why I asked.
Yeah, it's
I
wild.
think it's a pretty stupid question.
How
As
close
it-
was he to dying? I want to know that. Were you fucking
he was-
expecting?
He was under the threshold needed to cause such an event to happen.
Yes.
Wow. This was a good episode. Good episode, boys.
Yeah.
Guys and gals.
DM, I understand now why you wanted me to make sure whether or not I actually had my magic item on me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you not get that from? I want to make sure that you understand that you may not get your weapon or your magic item.
He
Is that what
never
you-
said that. He never said.
Riley, I
He
would.
never. He never
I
like.
said specifically, I like the actual being able to have it. And
Yeah.
I said, I am your. I'm not spoiling anything, but I was like, I'm the
he wasn't
DM,
spoiling it.
and I'm asking you, like the fourth time, are you sure?
It was exactly 4 times by the end. Because
It
the last time you
was,
said,
it
I've
was.
asked you 3 times as the DM.
How could I have expected there to be an invisible barrier preventing me from
You
my
don't have
magic
to
item?
expect exactly that.
He
You have to
told you that.
expect something's gonna happen. And that is exactly what the DM told you. That was fucking red flag city, my guy.
Do you remember getting chased down the mountain by a dragon, and how he was like, "Are you sure?"
Dude, that was
Are
Doom's
you
crowning
sure?
achievement.
Oh, it was an embarrassing crowning achievement.
Both surviving the dragon and slaying the dragon. Doom did
Slaying
that.
the dragon is a fantastic crowning achievement. Running away from one after
He
being given
1v1.
all the chances.
He 1v1 the dragon.
I